Hey guys, brand new podcast. And I just want to tell you how much I love this woman. She's the best woman, and I'm going to hate missing her while I'm on tour for the Birdie Boy Relapse Tour. It's hitting everywhere, starting September 2nd in Brandon, Missouri, then on to Atlantic City, then on to Red Rocks, where LeeAnn will be coming, and I'm sure she's making an appearance on Red Rocks. What are you looking at, Halston?
Isn't it Brandon, Mississippi?
What did I say?
Missouri.
I did say Brandon, Missouri. Someone's had a few tequilas. You are about to witness the weirdest Bertcast I've ever been a part of. Am I right, LeeAnn?
I didn't think it was weird.
It is.
It was amazing.
It is amazing. You are going to love it. I will just say, wait for it. About 5 minutes in, my daughter busts Whitney Cummings smoking marijuana. And from that moment forward, hilarity ensues. I leave. Georgia's friends randomly walk in. LeeAnn shows up. And it is one of the funnest conversations I have had. And I will attribute it entirely to this desk.
Oh, really?
If we had had the old setup, none of this would have happened. Am I right, Halston?
It couldn't have.
It could not have happened. And it was all because of this table. This table, I want to say this real quick. This table is the table I grew up eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner at. This is my family's table from when I was 10 years old. We bought it when I was 10 years old. I had every fucking meal. Every moment of my childhood was spent at this table. Then this is the table that Georgia and Isla grew up eating their breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is our family's table, and I love this fucking table. I would never get rid of this table. It still smells like syrup. And now I'm taking that energy into the podcast, and we have welcomed this table into the podcast. And I'm telling you right now, this is a great fucking episode. Mm-hmm. LeeAnn talks more than she is right now, but this is a great episode.
What am I supposed to say? You're doing, it's your intro.
You're right. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my guest, who has a Netflix special called Jokes, streaming right now on Netflix. She is one of my favorite human beings in the world, Whitney Cummings, accompanied by Sophia, Georgia, Daisy, LeeAnn, and me.
Bouldering is like it's rock climbing, but it's like this motherfucker, he's just a fucking animal. I mean, it's like I don't even know what he holds on to.
We'll talk about. I'd love to talk about this.
Oh, really? Okay, so it's like that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no ostensive.
Is that him?
Yeah.
I have no fucking vision.
Oh no.
I can't see anything anymore.
That's so sad. Now that you're selling out arenas, you can't even see.
I can't see. I can see far away.
How unfortunate. Yeah, it's sick. It's sick.
Hey, Whitney's in the man cave. Come back here when you get here.
Okay, it's gonna be a bit because I gotta take Kathy on traffic. It's terrible.
Okay, we still have the podcast, so it'll be perfect timed.
Go run out and get more tequila. It's the only Blanco I could find left.
No, we have a tequila here if we would like some.
This is all that's left of the lime juice.
Oh, really?
This is not a Blanco.
That's a Blanco.
What's the difference between a Blanco and a Reposado?
I think one's hireable and the other one.
Yep. Doesn't have their papers yet. One has Lyme disease from working in the yard.
Yeah, you know how aggressive that would be to say to one of your friends, or my Asian friend, "You're more a Reposado." I'm more a Blanco. I said when you have friends of, are we rolling now? Okay, when you have friends of like our best friend, our best friend was at the show last night. In love with you. Sandy, did you meet her?
Yeah, I met her afterwards. Yeah.
In love with you. She's like,
so nice.
You murdered last night, and it's so fun to watch people fall in love with comics and go and then talk about them.
Aww.
I was in the back of the car listening to them talk about you and Ali Wong, and they were like, Sandy's like, Whitney's fucking hilarious. She's like, can you invite her over for dinner one night? I'm like, I'm not gonna have Whitney come over and then have her do her act.
No,
for you
I'm good in small doses. Yeah. Okay, I'm good in small doses. Let's see if she can get through an episode of my podcast, and then we'll see if she wants to have dinner with me. I'm good in 15-minute doses. Well, I think there's also like when you're there, it's cool when a comedian you love or is your friend or that you really respect or that's known you for a long time sees you kill in the original room, because that's true killing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you can see us at our own shows or for our own fans, but to kill in that room, I think every comedian knows what that means. And it's the most fun thing to watch. And I imagine it's fun to watch a female comic do well. I even wince when I see a female comic go up. I'm like, oh God.
You murdered last night. Can I tell you what?
It's like watching an ice skater. You're like,
can I tell you, would you like your own joint?
Sure. Are you a pig about it?
No. Actually, I don't even smoke that much. I'll just take a few hits.
You really don't you?
We share.
What's your sweet spot right now in terms of a
tequila?
Okay, just what do you put with it? A tequila blanco, a white.
Yeah, a
Blanco supremacy.
Blanco supremacy. A tequila blanco with a little bit of soda water and a little bit of lime, and then a couple hits of marijuana, and I'm done. I'm perfect.
Sativa.
I'm not an indica guy.
Indica I can't do.
I don't enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, Tom and I smoked a indica before a basketball game one time, and I don't remember the basketball game.
Did he end up in the ER?
No, did you
with
see,
no arm?
Have I shown you the video of me falling?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. You want to talk about a concussion?
Is this a new one?
No. This Joe Coy's movie trailer. Hold on. Calm down.
And Easter Sunday, that it was supposed to come out on Easter and then they pushed it.
I think they were trying to get Easter moved.
The holiday.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Joe's original marketing plan was, imagine how many people will come out if he can move Easter.
Well, that actually happened with Larry the Cable Guy. Larry the Cable Guy was performing in Omaha. Are you shooting your special in Omaha?
I am.
You're next soon, right?
Yeah. I've sold out 3 shows already.
So Larry the Cable Guy is obviously from there. He had an opening in his schedule. The only time he could do whatever the stadium there was, which I'm sure you could sell out at this point if you wanted to, but you don't want to shoot a special there.
I definitely can't sell at the stadium.
But agree. I just had to say that. You know, it's your podcast. I've only been here for 10 minutes here. But try adding like a refrain to your act. Like, what's your get her done? Like, let her sleep. Leave her alone.
I'm the machine. I've got my refrain, Whitney. Matter of fact, I think that's all I've got.
So is it plug me in? Plug me, like.
Lube her up, baby. Lube her up. That's a great lube her up and I'll take a drink.
Can I tell you the most fun I have like had with you? It's like so memorable to me. Is I think it was like the first time I came on your podcast. We did impressions of comedians with no words.
Yeah.
What would be everyone's like get her done?
What would it be?
What's Santino's get her done?
Vote red.
What's Bobby Lee's get her done?
Hey, Georgia.
How are you, Georgia? I'm smoking weed. I'm so sorry.
And Georgia, I'm not. Just so you know, good role model. Yeah. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am.
How you doing?
No, Peter was like, he's podcasting with me. Can I say that?
I know. I was gonna bring my puppy, who's not a puppy anymore.
The little one that used to be.
Yeah, Ludo. But I didn't. I know you guys have another dog.
We have two. We have 2 big ones.
I didn't want to.
Hey, wait, how big is Ludo now?
He's actually really small. It's pretty hilarious. He's only like 50 pounds and he's not going to get any bigger. So he's kind of like, you know, when you're like, I wish this dog would stay a puppy forever. That's like what he looks like. But I think he's like an inbred, like pit, runt and a mini pit.
Aw, that's why I thought Mac would be. I wanted him to be a puppy forever.
Mac is fucking 150 pounds. And just.
Izzy just came in here.
Oh, she did?
I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen the new babe. I think this one has a little bit of Corso in him. Because his face is so square and he's so sweet. He just wants to put his head in your face at all times. That's like a Corso thing.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to say hi.
Okay. And
Good to
just
see you.
so
I'll see you after.
Whitney was smoking marijuana. I am not.
I don't care.
Okay.
Look.
I know. Oh, that's right. I can smoke marijuana if I want.
Yeah, it is legal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm an adult.
I'm literally.
Like, what the fuck am I talking about?
You're like, so what is my punishment?
Yeah.
Time out, chair.
No.
Do you feel like there's no way you can compare, but do you feel like because adults smoke weed,
Here,
it's not as cool?
sit down and do a podcast
So much better. So much better. So like for me, a big part of wanting to do like smoke weed and drink and all that was that I was told I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you have a sense of like when someone's like, you can't do that, you want to do it more?
Yeah, kind of. Honestly, I feel like that, not with everything, but with some things where it's like heavily implemented, then yeah, I kind of feel like that. But like, I don't know.
Like what's your relationship with marijuana? Like, does it interest you or are you kind of like, that's
I'm going to leave the room.
what? Oh, like, is that, but that's like,
To be honest with you.
but that's like what
Wait, can I actually be
Go ahead.
honest?
You talk Whitney seriously.
Can I actually be honest?
Yes, please. We need to get the numbers up on your dad's podcast. Let's go.
God. Okay. God. My
You don't have
parents are
to tell
gonna
me.
watch
You don't have to
this.
tell me if you've done it. I'm just
Oh, I
curious.
have done. He knows I've done it.
But like, do you go like, my dad does this, or I've seen my dad and his friends do this? Like, it's not as cool.
Honestly, I don't have any, like, I don't relate it back to my dad at all or any of his friends, like Joey Diaz. Like, I don't relate it back to anybody. It's kind of like a separate thing from him because with him, I don't relate him with weed.
Yeah, that's
I
interesting.
relate him with alcohol.
Right.
So, like, when I think of alcohol, I kind of think of him, but I don't think of marijuana.
And I was with my niece the other day. She's much younger than you. She's 14, 15, just turned 15.
Yeah.
Right. And it's interesting what sort of like weed is kind of, she's just like, like it's kind of like, she lives in England though, but she's like, my friends are getting in trouble for doing cocaine and ketamine.
Oh my God.
Is that just on the street now or no?
No, cocaine's not. It's more acid. Like a lot of people are doing acid and shrooms. Like microdosing is a big thing now.
Yes, that's a big thing for adults too. But is this people your age going, I want to microdose, or is it like my parents are and I'm going to steal their weed?
No, it's not.
Or steal their shrooms.
No, it's not their parents. It's more of like, it's more kids are kind of figuring out that mushrooms are more natural than like acid. So they want to do, if they're into weed, they go to the next natural thing, which is shrooms. And then if they find that like not fulfilling enough, they do acid. But no one's really doing coke. Like no one's really doing coke. No one's really getting into ketamine, like because no one's really doing coke.
Does it scare you to do like with this new
with coke?
Like the idea that like fentanyl is in the
that's actually terrifying.
So you're like, coke is kind of, I've never done it. I only licked it one time when I was young and I didn't understand it. But like, I don't think I'll ever do it.
No, I have no interest in it.
That's awesome.
Just because like, I don't know. I don't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to my mom about it. I was like, Mom, she was talking to me about ketamine and about like how like fentanyl is kind of getting into everywhere.
Yeah.
And she was like, honestly, if you do coke, your anxiety would be through the roof. I just don't really want to experience that at all. Like I have no desire.
Do you have like, I have sort of a little bit of a theory that like there's no role models anymore because there's so much transparency.
I'm 18 now.
Anyway.
So
I'm an adult.
I was about to give her an abortion and you just came in and kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
But like, do you have role models, like people you look up to that are like, I want to be like that person?
Honestly, I can't really think of, it's just more I take traits from other people and I kind of combine it into like one role model. So like I don't really look at one person and go, I want to be like them. I look at a side of a person and go, okay, I want to be like this part of them, but not really this part. Or like I want to do this, but not really this.
Wow.
Can I tell you? I was like that with stand up.
Really
interesting.
Well, I
You're
was
like, I like the watermelon from Gallagher.
Yeah. No, I remember watching. I was like, why do you have to pick one? Why can't you just be a little bit of everything?
I was just thinking though, but like when we were growing up, like, you know, you're like 78 years older than I am. But when we were growing up, we did have an illusion that our heroes were perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Michael Jordan, I'm not, you know, and, I'm thinking Lance Armstrong, whoever all of our heroes are. And then there was this, like, the curtain kind of was pulled back. And then it was like, well, this person cheats on his wife. And this person sent these gross tweets and was ignorant or had this Halloween costume. And sort of like, we never should have been putting him on a pedestal in the first place. I think what you're doing is way healthier. But
well, I think because, like, I've always grown up with social media exposing really famous people. So there was never one perfect famous person to look up to or one.
The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Sure.
But he's not like a feminine role model. Like,
Okay.
Okay. Did you not show her Tooth Fairy? Wow. Wow. Just because you have no teeth, no one else is allowed to enjoy it? That's fascinating to me. So it feels like what I'm hearing, because I feel like the narrative is like young people like have no tolerance for anyone and cancel anyone if they show the slightest bit of imperfection. But when I like talk to you, you're like, no, I know some people have flaws and I'll take what I like and leave the rest.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe in canceling someone just because they make a mistake, because then that's really hypocritical. It's saying that you make no mistakes. And obviously you're going to make a mistake. So I think with like people canceling, it's more, you're looking at the negative side. So just honestly, if you're going to look for a role model, look at what they've done that's good and kind of not ignore it, but like don't let the negative side take away from what they did that was good.
Sorry, just a question everyone's wondering. Who raised you?
My mom.
Like, how did
and
this...
my dad.
Oh, there we go.
Thank God Bert was on tour the last 18 years.
I did nothing to raise these kids other than I like LeeAnn did everything. I didn't. I mean, I was fun. I taught her how to ride a bike. I taught her how to swim. I was fun. But like,
You took me to a father-daughter dance.
I took her and oh my God.
What's the most mad you've been at your dad?
The most mad I've been?
That's a good question.
And did he even notice?
I don't know the most mad, but there was like a period of time where we just didn't
Click.
Yeah. Like on any
Georgia
level.
was leading the team in batting average in softball.
Oh,
During the pandemic, she decided to just quit softball. During the pandemic, they're not even having practice.
Okay, no, I had reasons for that.
I know. Now I know.
She's
Now
like,
I know.
I'm not a lesbian. I don't need
And I was like,
Good news, bad news, Dad.
She goes, I'm gonna get a job, and I was like, you're not getting a job in the pandemic.
It's not even what I was talking about.
What are you talking about?
Utah or Arizona? Lake Havasu?
I talked about that on stage last night.
What? I didn't see it.
This is about marijuana.
You went to Lake Havasu? Nothing good happens in Lake Havasu.
We went to Lake Havasu, and like a month before we went, I had told my mom that I was smoking weed with my friends and during quarantine, so I was probably like a sophomore. And I told her I was smoking weed and drinking, and she was like, okay, like just don't do it again. I didn't really do it after that. And then I made a joke with her in Lake Havasu about me smoking, and Dad didn't know that I was smoking or drinking. So he got very upset because...
What does that look like?
Oh my God.
Just like...
It was really bad. So we were... Can I tell like the entire story?
Sure.
Okay.
Why do I feel like he like...
Do this
fights...
all on her. Don't even put...
Why do I feel like he fights the air and like does shitty boxing in the air when he's mad?
No, he's never been physical. So
I just mean like when you're... Because I'm the kind of person... People expect, because I'm sort of like loud and whatever, that when I'm mad, I get loud. I get like icy stone, like eerily quiet.
No, he doesn't get quiet either. We were... I'm
having a drink.
We were in like an RV, and we had parked at this campsite, and this was like right after I made the joke about weed. And in the RV, the septic tank hadn't been emptied, so it smelled horrible. And it was like 110 degrees. We were all really hot and really tired. So we had to empty the septic tank into this hole in the ground.
This is child abuse. I already have problems.
Oh, no, Mom did it.
Oh, good.
Wait,
Okay,
hold
good.
on. Hold on. I was
Both of
doing
you
it with-
were...
I'd smoke weed too. My dad was making me clean our family shit out of an RV.
It wasn't just our family, though. It was two families.
And by the way, we were emptying a septic tank from people who had been shitting in it for months.
Yeah.
So you could smell different ethnicities as it was coming out. You'd be like, "Oh, that's a Hmong." And then, but here's the caveat.
You
that I
earned
want to
that
make sure
drink.
that we're Georgia and her friends and our friends are all inside. LeeAnn and I go to empty the septic tank, and I didn't know you have to have it locked in first and then open it.
Oh, no.
So we opened it, and shit started going everywhere. Go ahead.
But the hole we were emptying it into was just like surrounded by rocks. Like it didn't have something to screw it in. So you had to just hold it on the rocks and then hope it dumps out. So it just kind of exploded everywhere, and it got all over Mom, and Dad started gagging. And okay, to be fair, it was really gross, but the way he was gagging made it so much worse and so much more dramatic that I just kind of out of nowhere was like, it's not that bad. And then that was obviously not anything.
Can I ask you a question? If shit is in a septic tank for a couple, like, does it stay wet? I guess some people pee on it. So it's all liquid.
Yeah.
It's all liquid.
It's not like hard
It's
in the
not
way
like
dog
picking
shit
up
is
dog.
outside.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it was really bad. So I was like, it's not that dramatic. He screamed.
Bert was just like, I'm pissed. How come no one filmed that?
I said this on stage last night. LeeAnn was in the belly room. And I said, and I get shit is going everywhere. It's all over me. It's all over LeeAnn. And Georgia comes around and she goes, don't be so dramatic. And I immediately went, I'm going to make this bitch cry. And I fucking.
It worked. And so he just started screaming.
No,
Yeah, you were.
maybe I was.
You were
But
screaming.
was the weed and drinking
It was the weed.
anger was
It was
looped
that.
into this?
It was like, it was me kind of talking back and like having not told him and doing something that was illegal, and he didn't know about it, and he like, I don't know.
It was well, hold on. I'll tell you real quick.
Okay.
It was the death. It was, in my perspective, what broke my heart about it was it was the death of my little girl. Like I'm gonna cry. It was the little girl that would ride her bike and sing Kesha songs or sing Lady Gaga to herself, and
You've heard the
And
lyrics of Kesha songs,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like that little girl was now gone. She was now gone, and LeeAnn told me you're not allowed to talk to her about this on this trip, and I was like, I won't, but I'm fucked up about it. I'm really fucked up about it. And then this happened, and it spilled out. I was mad at her, like she cheated on us, like it sounds crazy, but like she didn't consult me before growing up. Like I didn't get a fucking say in it, and it just happened, and it happened in one day. In one day, I had little George who was driving the boat and having fun and learning how to ski, and then literally on a sandbar, she turned into an adult, and I fucking was livid.
How would you have been okay with it going down?
I'm not a cool dad.
Well, if she came to you and was like, "Hey, I'm with some friends. They have weed. I was thinking about experimenting with it. Do I have your permission?" Like, what? How could it? You want to be a nerd and wait till she's 21 and go to Senior Frogs and ask for a White Russian at 21? Like,
Well, yeah, no.
what is the best case scenario?
I was with Snoop Dogg the very next week, and I told Snoop Dogg about it, and I was still messed up about it. I still was. We were definitely butting heads. And Snoop goes, "How old were you the first time you smoked marijuana?" I said, 14. He goes, "How old is she?" I said, "She's 15. He goes, "Can I give you some advice, parent to parent?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Don't be a bitch."
God.
And by the way,
and stop playing her my music.
and by the way, he checks in on Georgia every now and then. You'll get a text or he'll hop on my live stream.
He buys
and be
weed from her?
He's like, "How's my niece? How's my niece doing?"
Yeah.
You have some of that good shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, obviously not a parent. But I smoked weed, did LSD all really, really young, like inappropriately young. And I'm one of the people that was like, I get it. And I know everything I need to know. I was like, got it. This just makes me dumber. And I want to achieve things. And I see people being dumb and, puking on themselves and embarrassing themselves. And I don't think that looks cool.
Yeah.
So
honestly, I'm kind of glad that's why I did it at a young age, because I would see people that kind of now stuck with it or did stuff that was a lot more extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just they don't want to go to college, or they're working a job and they're kind of satisfied. But I know that before they were starting to smoke weed, they wanted a lot more. I have one friend who applied to work at a place, and she was talking about going to some really crazy college and working in criminology and all this stuff. And now she just kind of gave up on all that just because she's smoking weed.
Anyone who wants to be a criminologist at 15,
no.
we already have to ask some question. It's a very specific vocation to want to do.
I'll tell you this much. I'm a lot cooler now as a dad. I think I am.
You actually are.
I am, because I realize there's real problems. If she had a disabling eating disorder, I would be heartbroken, because those are so hard to fix. She tried weed. She tried alcohol. She may try alcohol and weed again in college. She may do it this weekend at a party, but I think I have to trust that the little girl that LeeAnn raised, has a good head on her shoulders and knows the right thing.
And
to
you
do.
instill judgment and proper instincts. There's nothing.
She's never seen me drink and drive. LeeAnn's never drank and drive. Mm-hmm. Here's the day. I'm going to tell you a little story of supporting
really quick,
this.
Don't you feel a little, because I know I'm the person that, and maybe you saw some of me talking about it last night on stage. I don't know why, as someone that I feel like is sort of infamously kind of a cynic, I'm weirdly the silver lining person when it comes to right now. It's the kids and their phones and their Instagram.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about on stage.
I actually think, being a parent now, imagine if there was no Uber. Remember when our parents used to just be like, "Oh, everyone's drinking and someone's driving home." And now I have friends that are like, we just say, if you're gonna drink, promise me you'll take an Uber. Well, if you drink, we'll get through this, but you have to at least take a Lyft or an Uber.
I got a call from LeeAnn. I'm on tour. I had a call from LeeAnn at fucking 8 in the morning. My time. It's 6 in the morning her time. She's like, "I can't fucking sleep. Your daughter last night went to a party and ... got drunk. I guess she caught you. You said you were staying somewhere else, and then you went to a party. She got drunk, and she couldn't drive, and she called me, and I had to drive out and pick her up. And I went, okay. She goes, how do we handle this? And I went, she's not in trouble. I go, right? And I go, she did the right thing.
She called.
She called. I go, hey. I literally was like, hey, obviously I can't say you can drink. I know it's going to happen. I'm not a fucking idiot, but you did the right thing by not driving.
Yep.
That's the number one thing.
Number one.
Like, I don't want you to drink. So I'm afraid that some boy's going to take advantage of you. I don't want you to smoke pot because, God forbid, some boy sees that as a weakness and comes out. I just care about you. Look, I don't give a fuck if you get drunk or you're high. But in life, I want you to have your goals set out and go, like, look, I party my ass off, right? But if my partying got in the way of us having a great life, trust me when I say I would not be partying. I've been pretty lucky to be able to get, and my blood work comes in healthy. I'm healthy. Everything's good for me. So like it works for me. But I need to know that it's gonna work for you in order to green light it.
But I also think the bigger thing is like she called you. Like she called LeeAnn to say,
"Oh yeah, that's." Oh.
I did not have the like safe space of. It was like I'm gonna get fucking hit in the face. I'm not like they're just don't say anything.
Okay.
Like I would hitchhike sooner than I would have called one of my parents.
So what happened? What happened with me with parenting was I realized I fucked up. Snoop kind of talked to me about this a little bit. I set up a paradigm within which, when she fucks up, I take it to here. And I did that a couple times. I did that the time you guys took the leashes off the dogs. Remember?
But that's all like fear. Like I just had, so my boyfriend, who we can talk about some, I know you want to talk about rock climbing later, but my boyfriend's a veterinarian. And the other day I had a run-in with a raccoon. I have to get my 3rd rabies shot today.
Are you serious?
Swear to God. I'll show you the video. Dude, it is so wild. And I'll show you. So I have the puppy, right? And when you have a new puppy, you have to take him out in the middle of the night. So just set him up to win. So it's 4:00. He like wants to go out. I go downstairs. I open the glass door 2 feet in front of me. I'm just like, in a robe, like half on Lunesta. And then I just like I just hear like a melee of just like barking and scrapping. And I can't see anything, but I have 2 pit bulls and there's like 3 raccoons that are just in like a little whirling dervish fucking thing, right? And so, sorry to curse around you. Only trashy women do that. Weed. Okay. And then I get inside, the dogs are inside. I'm like, okay, they're vaccinated. Everything's fine. Like, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Like I couldn't breathe. Wild animals never scare me, but it was just like, I thought it was coyotes at first, whatever.
Yeah.
So the next day I wake up and there's a raccoon. And by the way, I feel something on my leg that's like not dog hair. And I'm like, oh, raccoon, like must have run up my leg, whatever. I have scratches, but I don't know what's from what, right? And so, Virginia, if you get bit, you go get a rabies. I wasn't bit.
Learned that the hard way.
I was not.
When I got bit by a bat. Yeah.
That's no joke.
That's just not true.
It's 100% true. I got bit by a bat in Costa Rica.
Did you go get a rabies shot?
No.
Because it wasn't real.
I got bit, you motherfucker. I got bit by a fucking bat. Austin, pull up the picture. Pull up the fucking picture.
No, we were in Georgia and he was like, guys, there are bats everywhere. I'm going to get bit again.
Oh my
God.
God.
Was that a bat? No, it was a mosquito.
No, it was not a mosquito. It was a bat bite. Look at that, Whitney. That's my leg. I got bit by a bat.
It's just not real.
Where on your leg is that?
Right
I mean,
how do bats have 3 teeth?
They have 3 teeth. They have 3 teeth. They
in
bite.
A triangle?
They bite in a triangle.
No.
It's a bat bite.
This was the night Schultz was at my house. Okay, that's it. Okay, so the next morning I wake up and this is outside on my tree. It's hanging over the tree. Okay. And then I'm like, this is acting weird. Like the raccoons are supposed to be afraid of you. I'm poking it. Oh my God,
it's rabid.
I'm poking it and it's kind of looking at me like it's not acting normal. I call animal control, right? California animal control. I'm like, hey, there's a raccoon in my tree. She's like, that's where they live. I was like,
God.
okay, no, I know that.
Obviously.
I was like, can you just, it looks like it might be sick. Like, whatever, can someone come or send me to someone who can humanely remove this thing? And she's like, well, it's probably sleeping. I was like, it's sick. I see it. I understand. She's like, well, we can't just take it from its home. I was like, Jesus, fine. I'll ask it its pronouns so that we can proceed with this conversation. And then I was like, it's just really lethargic. It's not scared of me. There's something wrong with it. And she goes, oh, well, just so you know, a lot of people in California, they are testing their cocaine for fentanyl. And if it tests positive, they flush it down the toilet. So a lot of animals are on fentanyl. I was like, I'm not taking on fentanyl raccoons today. Apparently a lot of wild animals in California, coyotes, are high on fentanyl and cocaine because people are dumping it after they do the fentanyl testing strips, which is why you never do cocaine or Molly or that's over.
Stay away from all that shit.
The other one, But
Everything natural. I'll get you mushrooms.
And by the way, I never did.
I'm joking.
No, I know that.
I never did
More.
ecstasy. I've never done cocaine. I told you I licked cocaine. And like, I don't know anyone who's like, I did cocaine and then like passed my SATs and then started a
God.
business. It's never no one. And then the Molly thing, everyone's like, it's fun for a second. Then you have 4 days of misery. Like
Yeah.
it's not worth it. I don't know anyone in your age that's like intrigued by that.
Oh, a lot of people are doing Molly too now.
Really?
Like a lot. And it's really creepy because you can tell when they're doing Molly and you're just like, why are you doing this? You're going to have fun for one night and then for 4 days you're going to be just sad.
Wait till you're 50 and he's sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like in the ICU and you're dealing with him and Tom wanted to play basketball or some shit at 65 and he's like lost his, jaw. And that's when you should do it. Save it for a time.
Save it for a time when you go, this is going to be.
When you're like, shit, I'm going to be.
I need it.
Fuck, I have to be in the ICU with my dad for the next 3 days. Like, save it for then.
Yeah.
As someone that's been in some like jams as an adult, I'm like, I wish I had in my back pocket had like saved drugs
Doing
for
it?
that. Yeah, like I'm saving heroin, Molly, and cocaine for when I'm like 85 and in a nursing home. So I can
We
just, like,
talked
party.
about that
What?
in the sauna. We
Yeah.
were talking about doing drugs before you die.
Save it for the nursing home.
Oh, her friend. Tell him what your friend. I mean, can you say that? Her
What?
friend's dad that died.
Oh.
What?
The friend's dad that died, and he was like, I wish I had tried. Never mind.
What?
Do you remember the girl from Colorado?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, this girl came to our house one time. She was my friend's friend, and her dad passed away. And she was just talking about like how her dad kind of wished she did all the drugs he never did before he died. And I was kind of like, oh well, yeah, same. Just so that before I die, I know
He's
what
like,
it
I'm
feels
dying.
like.
I wish I had died sooner.
I'm getting the best recovery sleep of my entire life. Now, you could account that to drinking tequila only, but I account it to my Helix mattress. I love this damn thing. I get so excited to sleep in it that my heart skips a beat. It's super, super easy to set up. Shows it up in box, and you can set it up. I set it up literally in 2 minutes, as long as it takes to take the sleep quiz. You take a 2-minute sleep quiz. You get your mattress that you want, define how you sleep. If you sleep hot, or you sleep on your side, on your back, on your stomach. I sleep on my side. And I didn't realize that the mattresses I was getting were too hard for that until I got this one. Now I sleep on my side. I have no pain in my shoulder. I'm bench lifting more than I've ever have. And I'm working out better, all because of my recovery. And it's all because of this mattress. And the 2 pillows that come with it are out of this freaking world. Listen, there's a lot of talking points I could tell you about. I got a whole read in front of me. What I can tell you is, there's nothing more exciting than loving your mattress and knowing that the sleep you're going to get is the perfect night's sleep for you. Here's what you do need to know. And they also have a 10-year warranty, which is pretty nice. You get to try it out for 100 nights, risk-free. They'll even pick it up if you don't love it, but you're going to love it, okay? They also have financing options, flexible payments, plans, so you have a great night's sleep. It's never too far away. Helix is now offering up to $200 off on all mattress orders and 2 free pillows to our listeners at helixsleep.com/Bert. Don't do yourself wrong. Go to helixsleep.com/Bert and get the best sleep of your life. Do your friends come into my man cave and take joints?
No.
Okay, good. Someone took.
No one comes in here.
I was gonna say.
Someone took a.
What?
Someone did. Not your. I don't think it's your friends. I think it's someone else.
No, I brought my friends in here one time and they were like, your dad really likes himself. I was like, yeah, he does.
Or really hates himself. If I walked in, I go,
something.
God, this
Dad
guy really
likes
hates
I
himself.
love pictures of me.
I know. I was like, this is extreme.
Do you mind if can I speed round? I'm obsessed
care.
with, okay. Favorite show right now, TV show.
Favorite show right
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
I just watched Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, yeah?
And it was so good.
Kate Siegel, I went to high school with.
You did?
She was in
Really?
my high school,
Oh my
class.
God.
Yeah, we were in
That's
drama class
insane.
together, and we did like stage combat.
My God,
Whitney
it's
knows
so good.
everybody.
That's a weird one. That's like a random weird one.
Really?
She was like in my high school class of like 60 people.
Oh,
Kate Siegel.
Interesting. Yeah, that's
that was
a
not her
favorite show.
name in high school, but
Oh,
Really?
Siegel mom. I don't,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She had to de-Jew it, I guess. In order to get hired by Jews, you have to
Kate
de-Jew
Siegel.
your name. Makes no sense. That's Katie Segal. Siegel, Siegel. Stunning.
Really?
Yeah, she's married to the guy that creates it. She's in all his stuff. Haunting of Hill House,
Blythe
Manor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, let me see her.
Kate Siegel. That's her.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. That is so fun. Yeah, she's
Are those her real
I went
lips?
to high school with her. Yes.
Wow.
They are.
She's amazing.
I hope
She's
she will
so
say the
good.
same about me when people ask me.
Oh, that's just brothers in arms right there.
Oh my God.
I'm like, bitch,
Yes, they are her real lips.
I'm the only person that can testify your face is real. You're the only person that can testify mine is real. You better fucking back me up. Yeah.
All right,
She's
keep going speed round.
Stunning. Okay, I love that. So you're watching more like horror, like mystery than comedy.
Yeah, honestly, right now I am.
What's the last movie you saw in a theater?
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Oh, that was recent.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll go to the movie theater.
Yeah, I've been into the movies a lot actually, because no one's really like, I don't know, there's not a lot to do this summer, so everyone's just kind of going to the movies.
So it's more there like hanging out. Okay,
Yeah.
and then music.
Music. Right now, I'm reading Daisy Jones on the 6th, so I'm really into Fleetwood Mac right now, which is
Wow.
Whitney, her and her friend the other day were co-reading a book out at when we were doing Fully Loaded. They were sitting on a thing. The girl has the book open to this page, and Georgia's on the other page, and they're co-reading. They're running a train on a book. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
The human centipede
Yeah.
on the Bible.
Yeah.
So do you like reading physical copies of books? You don't do audiobooks?
Yeah, well, I used to do audiobooks for school because
You
those
had
books
to
are
though, but it was like,
stupid.
oh, I'm going to listen to a freaking Kon-Tiki audiobook because I don't want to have to listen to it anyway.
Yeah, so I would do that, and then I'd just be kind of like cleaning my room or doing other things. But
Do you listen to podcasts?
No, I don't.
Do any of your friends?
Some of them do. Some of them listen to podcasts, but it's not like this realm of podcasts. And if it is this realm of podcasts, it's usually guys, and then they.
Do
that's the only
your
thing.
friends listen to my podcast?
No. They don't see you as like famous. Not in like a you're not
Do you have a
famous way.
two-shot on us?
No, not in like you're not famous, but they just see you as my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they don't see you as
Oh,
like,
your
the
friends'
machine.
friends. Like your
No,
girlfriends.
yeah, like my friends.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
I don't know. Other people, I don't no idea.
And do you have other famous dads and moms in your school? Or like famous
Can I
kids?
say that?
Yeah, you do.
In my school?
Yeah.
David Keckner's kids.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I love him.
I
best.
don't like I'm not
He's
friends with them, but I
such
know
a-
his kids go there.
He's great.
Like Mark Wahlberg's kids go to like.
Oh,
schools.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably common knowledge. Just bleep out the name of the school just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think these kids aren't impressed with fame the way I would have been as a kid.
Yeah.
Like I was really. This is a great story. Isla, I did a video of Isla the other day. She's consistently her whole life said at 16 you get to start cursing, and so she turned 6. Yeah, here. So I played this video. I shot this video. Do you
That's
need
cool.
headsets? Grab headsets, Whitney. It's right
Oh,
next
shit. Thank you.
to you. Comments. Someone wrote,
Oh, wow.
out of 16, she can curse now. Remember that? What's your first curse word going to be?
Cunt.
You know what I read in the comments? So I post that, right?
A
And my
plus
and my
parenting.
team then also posted on TikTok, on my TikTok. I didn't post on TikTok. And I get a text at 6 a.m. You need to take that TikTok video down. And I was like, huh? I'm doing press to sell Omaha.
Who texted it to you?
Isla, you need to take that
Oh.
TikTok video down. So I get done press. I go upstairs. I go, what's going on? And she goes, my phone won't stop ringing. It woke me up. Like everyone's texting that it's hilarious. And I don't want them to know. I don't want my friends to text me about my dad. She goes, I want them to text me about me. So you take that
Oh.
down. And I went, well, is it a lot of people watching? She goes, 6.6 million people. And I went, hold on a second.
Honey.
Yeah.
Honey,
I was like, can we wait until pre-sale's over?
Honey.
Because
My Wi-Fi is
6.6
just not. I don't have.
6.6
Wi-Fi
million views
here.
in like 8 hours. I'm like, come on, let's see how high it can get first. The waves already hit the shore. All we got to deal with is the fucking pull out.
Okay, what cut do you want? What's the percent? What do you want? 30%?
Yeah,
35%? Final offer. That is, you know what I thought? Are you on TikTok? Like,
Yeah.
Remember that sound with Miranda Cosgrove? What's your favorite curse word?
Yes.
Probably fuck.
Yeah.
That's me asking her.
Really?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh my god.
So can you pull up the video? A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
The Miranda Cosgrove probably fuck. It's funny because I have like young people, like teenagers will come up to me. I'll be at like Starbucks and they won't recognize me. And then I'll order something and they'll go, oh my God, what's your favorite curse word? And
Oh
I'll
my
be
God.
like, it's like a sound. It was a popular sound on TikTok.
Oh my God, Isla didn't want that.
To be a popular
Isn't that
sound.
crazy? Isla didn't want to be a popular sound. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I see. I can't even imagine. What? Miranda
I
Cosgrove.
typed in Miranda Cosgrove fuck clip, and it's just like a bunch of weird porn.
Okay, well,
popped
your
up.
algorithm is ruined forever. But like just the original. Yeah, like the original, whatever it is. I think it got like a ridiculously. Oh, that's her talking about it, I think. Oh,
This is her.
that's her. Yeah, that's in my podcast. Yeah. It was in my podcast studio.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably a clip from an interview.
It was
you
like
did, I
making
think.
fun of it. Can you play it one more time so she can hear it? Because I want her, like, you've heard this, right? Like,
I think I have, yeah.
they did like.
Telling him about it. I actually do cuss a little.
Yes.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably a clip from an interview.
It's
Oh my God, that is you. I didn't even connect that.
Yeah.
it's basically just making fun of my annoying ass laugh is kind of like the joke on TikTok about it. But why do things go viral sound wise on TikTok? Like, is there any logic?
Not really. There's like no logic. It's either like from a TV show that's popular or from something that's popular, or there's actually no logic at all.
Or it's something that you want to like that's easy
that you
to
can relate to or
recreate
make
quickly.
a video about. Yeah. I don't know. There's like no.
Because
there's
I
no
remember
logic.
there was this, I was working with this ad sales guy who, Chris DiStefano, had a viral TikTok where someone called him out on mispronouncing the word Tupperware. Remember? He was like Tupperware. And someone was like, it's Tupperware. He was like, Tupperware. And it did huge on TikTok.
Yeah.
And they called me and they're like, can you just start mispronouncing words more on your podcast? I was like, no.
God.
I'm not going to like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I think it's comedians, like it's our brain. It's like, oh, how do we adapt to this? Social media platform. Like, how do we but we can't embarrass ourselves by doing like lazy cheerleading dances and then trying to go viral is, you won't be able to do it.
Yeah, that makes
right?
sense. Yeah. Going
There's no rhyme
viral
or
on
reason.
TikTok is just kind of, you either do something really stupid or something everyone really, really likes. And so it's kind of hard to cater to everyone. And then you don't make yourself happy because there are like plenty of TikTokers that got so famous and then within like not even a year of being famous, just say like, I'm done with TikTok. Like, this is just not fulfilling me. And then just leave their platform. And so it just makes no sense why you would dedicate so much of your time to either acting stupid or catering to everyone and not fulfilling yourself.
Yeah.
Make a lot of money and then just stop. Like, I just don't, especially for young people, I don't see how that makes sense because then you just don't have that long-term plan.
Do you like YouTubers?
Some, not really.
Yeah. Like, are there any that you like keep up with?
No, not really.
Or any that you used to and you were like,
No, I was
no
never
longer?
really big on YouTube
Huh.
because he was all over YouTube. So anytime I'd go on YouTube, I'd be like, oh, no, I just can't.
I'm fascinated because like I remember we grew up like MTV, Beach House. Like it is wild though because we are like these young people. They're watching YouTube. They're watching people put makeup on. They're watching people dance. It's like we used to watch. Remember MTV Beach House? It was literally watching people dance at Lake Havasu. There was no story. There were no jokes. It was just people like dancing at a beach house. I'm just obsessed with the idea that everything we complain about today, it's always existed. It's just looked different.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of just sort of obsessed with how
How it looks different
ageist
now.
our generations are to young people.
It just looked different.
Just
That's
look different. Right? It's like people are criticizing me on Instagram and people are like mass shaming, public shaming's always happened, right?
Yeah.
Roman Coliseum, Town Square.
Apocalypto. I was watching Apocalypto with Shane Gillis, and he was like, this is basically what happened to me. Like they just want to watch an execution.
Humans used to go to the town square to watch someone get hanged as entertainment.
Yeah.
Like that, we've got that in us, you know?
Well, now entertain someone to cancel someone that they used to love.
Can I ask what someone got like expelled from your school from recently or last?
There was a girl my freshman year. This is actually a very specific story. There was a lot more expulsion in my middle school because it was just like a bigger public school. But in my freshman year, there was a girl who had been held back 3 years from high school. So she was 18, like freshman year. And
Sorry, I was gonna go, so she was retarded.
I don't know
Sorry,
what's wrong with
we
her.
can't- that's-
well, she
we
went.
can't use
She
that
ended
word.
up going to like some boarding school after that, but she got caught shooting up heroin in the bathroom, and then got expelled.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I rode
In
the
middle
bus with her,
school?
though. No, in high school.
Oh, in high school.
I got in trouble for shooting dice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Isla, like, Isla's so weird. I love her though.
She's
was
so weird.
She is so fucking
She just
weird.
started, I don't remember, I think she was playing BS, like the card game with all her friends. And she has like a group of like 10 or 12 people in her friend group.
But is it betting? Technically?
No,
No, they were betting. She was
they
up
were
$60.
betting. She said like, oh, whoever wins, like just put money in the pot, and whoever wins just wins all the money. And she won like $60. And then, of course, like the private little Catholic school was like, no, you cannot do that.
She was rolling dice. And LeeAnn, that's a good clip. LeeAnn called on the podcast. I was with Tom. She was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" She goes, "I'm going to pick up Isla." I said, "What for?" She goes, "Your daughter got busted shooting dice at school." And I went, and we laughed hysterically. And then, but Isla's so, there. That's the.
That is. Why do you think she's?
What's up?
Your daughter
Weird.
Isla got busted in school
She's
for gambling.
she's always been just a.
Like a man in the mafia,
She was playing dice. That
just like an Italian mafia guy.
torture.
She's just like just rolling dice.
I guess so. I don't know. I guess like the school activities just weren't fun enough for her. So she just kind of brought it to a more adult level.
I remember I was dating someone a while ago that had a daughter, who was at a school. I won't say which one it was, but a private school. You are so freaking gorgeous.
You are the sweetest dog.
Like, do you feel like, you're kids are protected too much now from bullying? Or do you feel like do people intervene right away?
I feel like honestly, it's bullying. At least in my experience, bullying's gotten a lot less. Like, I mean, it used to be a lot more when I was a kid, but in high school, there was never really bullying. It was more making fun of someone, but no one ever really like outwardly bullies other people. It's just
Interesting.
like every friend group kind of like, I don't know, they'll say something rude about someone else, but they won't like corner a kid in school and like throw shit at them. So like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it was something that was like a group of mean girls had put the face of a girl they were bullying at school on the body of a porn star and put it on
No,
social
there's
media.
nothing like that.
And they all got expelled, as they should have.
yeah.
But it was like kind of this weird thing where it was like, before you even know what you're doing, you've ruined someone's life and your own life. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm just curious, like, because we used to just sort of
Yeah.
shove people in lockers and stuff. And there was no...
Ours was physical.
It was physical abuse.
No,
It wasn't,
ours
yeah.
isn't physical.
We left physical scars, not digital trails.
Well, there's like there's a lot of, I don't know, I guess kind of the good part about people calling other people out on social media is people like especially young people see that and kind of go, okay, well, that's the right idea to call someone out if they did something wrong. So there was like an instance where some girl at my school did something very inappropriate to a guy, like very unconsensually inappropriate.
Like grabbed his...
Like, I don't even know if I should say
It's such a Rorschach test. I decided in my head what that
No,
meant.
it's okay.
Yeah.
But it was just something really inappropriate, and she posted about it on social media. Just was like, "Oh, the back house where blah 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 blah," and my entire friend group just started texting her. We were like, "That's just not okay." We got like almost everyone at school to just call her out. She took the TikTok down.
I feel like
she apologized.
I feel like this generation's the opposite. You guys are bullies for morality. You guys
Yeah.
like be a better person.
That's
Whereas
definitely
we
what
were
it
like
is.
smoke weed, class. You guys are like use the right pronouns. Like you guys are bullying in like a moral direction.
I think honestly, you're right. I feel like most disagreements people have is because someone did something that was like either inappropriate or morally incorrect. And we're just like, why would you act like that? You're just wasting your energy. So why wouldn't you just be a better person?
It's not cool to be a dick.
Yeah. It's not cool to be.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
That was the currency when I was a kid.
I was gonna say. So like, what is your biggest problem with like us? Like, what's your like? Is it
You?
I just mean like older generations. Is it like no? You know what I mean? Like, are you mad that we polluted too much and littered too much? And like, I talk to a lot of young people that are like, well, you guys left this mess in our laps. You know what I mean, or something, or like the ageism. Of like, what are we doing wrong that's annoying?
I don't know. I just feel like with the older generation, there's less of an inclination to come to a compromise. Like I don't really see anyone kind of not with you two in particular. I'm just saying like with older generations, there's just like not any drive to sacrifice something for the greater good. Like everyone kind of is more stuck in, hey, my way is kind of right. And I kind of only want to do my way. And if you can't agree with me, then you're wrong.
Yeah.
Where I feel like it would just be a lot easier if two people are aiming for the same idea to just compromise and figure something out together.
Interesting. But
So
then
that's
one
the only
person
thing.
wouldn't win. Yeah, it's like
yeah, there's just more like stigma around someone's ego. Like a lot of people are not willing to let their ego go for the greater good. And then I'm just like, okay, well, why? That makes no sense. Like, wouldn't your ego be raised if you're doing something right? Like, not if you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing something that's correct. Why would you care?
I'm gonna have to kick you out of this podcast just because people are gonna go, why does Bert have a podcast?
I know,
Not
dude.
Georgia. can't be upstaged by my fucking
This
daughter.
is some insightful shit. I just love this because I feel like every generation wants to go, these young people, and like I'm the first to do it too, because you don't want to be embarrassed. If someone's like, that joke you made 20 years ago, that's punching down. I want to go, you don't know what you're talking about. My ego wants to say shit. But and there's, I think, just this habit and the stereotype to go like, young people don't know what they're talking about. They're self-righteous. They're selfish. They're and then you talk to them and you're just like, oh no, this is what we wanted.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I don't think there's any problem in trying to defend yourself. Like, if you want to defend yourself, totally defend yourself. But also, I think there's just like a lot of people don't have a drive to kind of understand what they did wrong. Like, obviously, cancel culture is so extreme it makes no sense. But I mean, if someone's calling you out for something, yeah, try and understand what they're coming from, but also don't sacrifice all of yourself just for them.
We had a good conversation about Elliot Page one day. Well, the day Elliot.
by the way, I love that you closed your eyes when you said his name.
Ooh.
Oh, woo!
I wrote a
That's a
joke.
close one.
I wrote a joke about the day he transgendered.
Transition.
Transition.
The metamorphosized
Transition.
Okay,
I wrote a joke.
The spell was cast.
And Georgia goes, nope. I go, what? She goes, nope. Because we were big fans of Umbrella Academy. And I go, what? And she's like, you're not allowed to tell that joke on stage. And I got livid. I go, you
know nothing about comedy. It's like, yeah, but you know nothing about transitioning. So why are you making a joke?
And then Georgia goes, Dad, read his statement. It's it's the jokes that hurt. And I went, oh yeah, and I do like him. Like, I'm a fan of his. So like, why would I make a joke on someone I like? And one day I would hope to run into and go, just so you know,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fucking fan. I love Juno and I love Umbrella Academy. It's our family's favorite show. Would it be cool if I got a picture to send to my daughters right now? And then here I am just writing a joke, and she's like, and so it's a hard pill to swallow when, as a comedian who his job is to make all the jokes so that everyone has a house to live in and go to college, so that for have someone jump in and give you parameters of what you can and can't say. And then the one thing she said is, that's one thing. The other thing is, I don't want to be at school and go, oh, isn't your dad that transphobic asshole?
Yeah.
Well, and I think that like it's also not like, you know, I think it's not that we can't make them. It's like, if we're gonna make them, it better be real thoughtful, and we better understand like whatever, you know, like you might have seen some of it last night. I do this whole bit now that's like it's new, but it's like about like
Come on in, LeeAnn.
Yes.
Yes.
Austin.
Oh, you started already? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you started before.
Oh my goodness, we were, and I was like pathologically psychotic.
I have a gift for you in the
This
house.
is just your housewarming.
Oh, thank you. I have something for you in the house.
Hi, Mom.
Time to go get it.
Sorry. So, well, I was just saying.
Here, come on in. Here, no, sit here. Halston, can you do a wide on this
Hi,
angle?
Mom.
Hi, George.
How wide can you
Long
go on
time no
this one?
see.
Long time no see, Mom.
This one.
Long time no see.
I wish you guys could hang out with your kids, not seeing them all the time. Because, like, you know how sometimes you can't update your software on people? Like, this will start to happen, like, with your family when you leave and you go back and you're still cast in that role of who you were. You know, like, when you see, like, when I see my brother, he's still sort of, like, treats me like I'm 21, and I have to be like, I'm not the same person anymore. Like, but if you didn't know her and met her, you guys, your mind would be blown. Like, my mind's blown by her.
Thank you.
She's amazing.
Amazing.
I did a good job.
But you know what? Because I was trying to work on. I'm doing a joke. It's like hot take. I like trans people. I think they're cool. Like I have a lot of trans friends that are 35 and they've transitioned and they knew they were trans when they were 4. Like no man would commit to anything that long. That's how I know it's and like no one attacks trans men. You know, like a woman that transitioned to a man because.
Sit down, LeeAnn.
You just told me.
Sit down.
Man, I don't
Sit
need to be
down.
on this.
Please. Or he's the best.
LeeAnn, sit down.
And then
Can
there's
you
some
go wide on this camera, Halston?
because it's like with Elliot Page, is there anything in the idea of like, okay, people are mad at trans athletes because they have an advantage, or is what they say? Like Elliot Page, men should technically say like, oh, well, Elliot Page is probably better at crying on camera because he has the advantage of having been a woman before.
Oh, he's going to be able to access
Do you
a
know what
whole
I'm
range
saying?
of emotion
Like-
that a man could not. Or that not a man. He's a man. But like,
that's
you know,
no. But I'm
yeah.
saying you were recent the same way. A trans woman was recently had the biological benefits of being a man or whatever. Why can't men should be up in ours? Stop attacking trans women. Go, well, this trans man is of course going to be a better actor and be able to cry on camera quicker because he was a woman a year
We'll
ago.
lose all biological male actors quickly.
Just get out
I
of
don't
this.
think that's how that works.
But here's what I'm saying: get out of the.
I don't think that's how that works either. I'm with
You're
you.
a bit wrong.
You got to get out of the sports. It's like men in their 50s and 60s talking about high school girl sports. It's weird. This is my thing about trans women in sports. It's like, was women's sports going so well? Like, do we oh,
What am I doing?
Your back is I don't know.
like I think that like, I mean, I ran high school track. I played high school sports. I mean, anyone that doesn't want a trans athlete on their team doesn't want to win. And that person should be playing sports regardless.
I wrote a joke. I told her last night was, how awesome do you think it was that first race Leah Thompson swam in for the average fan in the stands go, holy fuck, she is fast. This is just all of a sudden made women swimming interesting as fuck. And they're like, is it transgender? You're like, oh, well, it's still better.
But I also like, I'm so pro, it's like, I think that all the people that take advantage of it, trans people don't like them either. It's like, they're not with the people that are taking advantage. Those are not the people that are, so it's like when people are like, well, men are, before they get put in prison, they're just saying I'm a woman and they get sent to a female prison. It's like, well, that's a criminal. That's a psychopath criminal. That's not a that doesn't.
Yeah, it's a different. ballgame.
That's a straight man who's taking advantage. That's not a trans person.
And if you can do that, I would definitely start drinking and driving. Take me in. Let me get one more sip before I go in. And then, by the way, I'm a chick. All right.
God.
Hey, do you guys have condoms in there?
It's and then the drag queens is the other one. Like
Georgia walked in on Whitney smoking marijuana and
I have cramps.
then they had a very interesting conversation that I was not a part of, and then we've been enjoying this conversation so far.
I'm learning a lot from her.
About weed?
Not about weed. Yeah, exactly. I just bought some awesome kush from her, by the way.
This was given to me. Smell this. This was given to me last night.
I don't know much about weed. Like, I don't know if I'll know how good this is.
It's pretty aggressive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It smells very fresh. Who gave it to you?
Gino from Speedweed. Shout out to Gino. That's why Gino gives you free product.
Like, I'm not good at weed. Like, I don't really
either.
know.
Oh my God.
That's
It's very
intense, right?
fragrant. It's very intense.
Can
Yeah.
you do edibles or no?
No.
Me either.
So I went to the doctor yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And
Because what I will say, there is a version where in 10, 15 years, whatever, when you have a surgery or if you get migraines or cramps, like weed might be better than Tylenol and Midol and all these,
It's natural.
killing your liver. Yeah, I think
so I went to the doctor. The doctor assessed me fairly inaccurately. He was like, but ultimately his takeaway was, and this is true. One day I'm gonna have to transition away from booze because I remember my cardiologist Jackie took me into the lobby and she goes, "Do you see everyone in this lobby?" And I said, "Yeah," and it just was sad. It was like a lot of people they're rough.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "These are all people that never stopped partying," and I went, "Ooh." So I drove home the other day I had a big physical, like fucking 15 tests performed on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then drove home and I talked to my dad and I said, I think I'm going to eat an edible tonight and see if that would take the edge off. It just shut my brain off.
Yeah.
And then LeeAnn took me to the dentist and he took the plaque off my teeth and I can't stop playing with my tooth. I go, I'm definitely not eating an edible. I'm not going to be the one dude in bed just rubbing the back of his tooth going, it feels weird.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to do it. I'm not a big enough weed guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't do for me what it does for like Ron Funches or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
same.
it doesn't. I'm not the guy that's like, I'll just smoke 5 bowl hits and then watch a TV show. I get antsy. I want to move around, and then And then I have to have a drink anyway.
Mm-hmm. And what is it? You're now tequila, no whiskey.
No, I've been tequila.
I got him this tequila.
Tequila and
Oh, nice.
I thought might be good, but we'll see.
Yeah. I've been just tequila. My recovery is fucking amazing. I'm getting 100% recovery. I think it's because of the sugars. I'm getting like above 75% recovery on my Whoop every day.
Okay, you just said that like with a straight face.
I'm working out,
and I have to just
hard
not
as
make a
fuck.
joke. Okay.
And I think I'm losing weight, but I haven't weighed myself, and I'm eating healthier.
You look good.
I feel good.
Yeah, you look less bloated.
I did a corporate event, and the Whoop band founder was there.
Yeah,
and he was like right in the front, and I did a joke about him. I think it was this. I was like, the founder of the Whoop Band is here. As you may or may not know, the Whoop Band is a device that monitors your sleeping, your caloric intake, your blood sugar, and it's a great way to let people know that you're a fucking nerd. So stupid. It's just so stupid. Like just
the Whitney has a new special on Netflix.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh,
You're
thank
so
you.
good at what you do.
Oh gosh.
You are really good at what
I
you
was
do.
saying to Whitney
That
in the
means
car
so
ride
much.
home, they were just glowing. Sandy was like, Whitney's hilarious.
I'm so bummed that I didn't get to do your shows, your tour, or the Fully Loaded. There was like
Georgia did.
What?
Yeah.
Was it wild? It looked
It was really
chaotic.
Weird. It was really weird because I'd never seen him do comedy before. So that was the first time I'd seen him do comedy.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I never wanted to see. When he first started doing comedy, and started, I guess, getting famous, I was like, no, I'm not going to really watch anything until I'm either 18 or I just have a desire to watch it. And I still had no desire to watch it, but I was not in a bad way, but I just
Well, she just
can't-
wants him to be her dad.
Yeah,
you know?
I really don't want to hear him talk about mom in that way ever again.
It's just no desire. It's just
Just
so
no desire.
savage.
It's just
yeah.
I can't. I cannot, because I would hear him make a joke about mom, and then some random guy would just be standing there and go, "That's your mom." I know that. So I never wanted to really hear it. And then I did hear it, and it was kind of weird because I was like, I don't know, because some stories are exaggerated, and I'm just like, that's I'm just like, this is just
Only
not-
some though.
No,
Only a
Fake
few.
news. She's heckling you.
She
Fake news.
she said she watched a Machine Story for the first time. I said, what did you think? She goes, it's bullshit.
I said the only reason I actually kind of believed it was because I've heard similar parts of the same story my entire life. So I was like, okay, there's no way he's been pathologically lying for 18 years. That just takes a little too much dedication. So it was really
You
weird.
know me well enough to know I'm not about. Look, it's the same thing she says about the fucking bat bite. She says the bat bite never happened. I also won the Florida State Regatta.
I'm going to say something about Bert that is, look, you know him better than I do, but I believe Bert is pathologically honest in he tells the truth about things he should lie about.
Yeah.
That's
makes
true.
sense. That makes
He's
sense.
also a pathological exaggerator.
Yeah.
So he does
But I
exaggerate.
think in his head, that's how it went.
Oh, exactly. But that's what psychopaths do.
He's lying to
In my
himself.
head, it's okay to tell you
hold on.
the story.
Hold on.
Huh?
No, here's my problem.
And then he does
I-
this, where someone starts telling the real story, and he goes, hold on, everybody stop.
Hold on.
Wait, I tell it so much better. My version's so much better. But your version is inaccurate.
No, my
I don't- it
version,
depends on
I
who the
need you
audience is.
to feel what I felt. And if I have to tell you we were there for 10 hours,
And
because that's
LeeAnn
how I
slit my
felt.
throat,
I don't
and
want
it's
if I
not
go.
true.
No,
It's not true,
Yeah,
though.
they're getting literal. They're getting a little literal. Yeah, and it's also,
yeah.
Well, thank God someone in this house is literal.
I do, but
If not, we'd be freaking
So
living on a boat in the middle of nowhere
It's so
with 18
true.
animals. Somebody's got to be literal.
But it is because the guy that I'm dating is the first guy that I've dated that comes and sees me perform. I've never had people come, and he watched a year ago when we first went out. And he's like, and he's watching how things evolve, and he's like every time I do a show, he gets younger and younger in the story.
by the way, last night I go, is she still dating the same guy? I didn't think he was that young.
It was like he's 6 years younger than me, 8 years younger than me, 9 years younger than me. He's like, I'm 5 years younger than you.
Yeah.
It's like every time you tell this story.
Exactly.
But you need this audience to know there is enough of an age difference that I am acknowledging it. You can't, if you go, LeeAnn's older than me.
Last night he did the same thing. I'm 2 years older, and he said I was 3.
But he was like, you know how inconsiderate this is? I'm not talking about all the fans. I'm talking about my friends and family who are like, oh, did you guys break up?
Yeah.
Every time
How
you
funny.
change the story, it's not me anymore. And
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to be like, oh no, she's exaggerating because I need to be younger for the joke. Like,
She's
it's just,
writing.
Yeah, totally. She's
Yeah.
just like doesn't know anything about me. Like, it's just, there's no way to explain this to people.
Well, I get more and more redneck.
Yeah, I was
My
gonna say,
accent
he
gets worse
exaggerates
and
your
deeper and
accent.
like more ridiculous and with less grammar. I'm like, I don't talk
Every
like that.
impression, he looks older. He like starts squinting
And
his
I
eyes.
get a little more overweight and a little more like boobs are a little bigger. And I'm like,
but
God.
is the house bigger?
Ah!
The house gets bigger and bigger.
I think you guys should shut your yaps,
Yes.
enjoy college, and enjoy that yard of yours.
I have to say, I saw that fucking rose garden. I know how much y'all have the sprinklers on 24/7 in a drought. There's no water in California. I found it. It's here.
No, that's
Whitney's
not
out
true.
in her front yard pouring liquid death on the lawn.
All right.
I do. So we have my lawn on a smart timer
Yeah,
or whatever,
same.
and it's a smart thing, but
Same.
I'll go out and hose down.
Well, I do a little bit, but I only do like,
The LA water and power person came by this morning and was like, is there a leak? And I was like, yeah, we just fixed it.
I got bit by a raccoon.
We're all on fentanyl.
and we don't cheat. We don't cheat on that. I don't cheat on it. I don't.
You have
I'm too
roses
linear.
though.
Yeah, I know. They don't have as many flowers as they should because
Okay.
I don't have enough water.
Because they
And,
need a
and
lot.
you're allowed drip lines.
Yeah.
Yes,
drip
we
lines
have
and
the
run
drip.
lines.
Yeah, we have the
I
drip.
would have put drip lines all over the fucking yard.
Well, you know what
Huh.
my friend Lisa did? My friend Lisa.
Yes.
When these regulations came down, she would go as, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to triple your drip line. They didn't say you could only have one drip line. They said you could only run it for 15 minutes. So we're putting 3 drip lines on that bitch and we're saving that
Can I
rose
tell you,
garden.
I
was
love
like,
that
yes,
women are crooks now.
right?
It's my favorite thing. Like Elizabeth Holmes opened it up for criminals to be women.
No, excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I mean, we're hanging.
No,
you know?
she cannot
It's a
have a
podcast.
tequila. No, she is 18 years old. No.
She's going to drink wine in Italy.
Can I tell you know that in England? So my brother lives in England. He's got 4 kids, and I was just with my niece who's 15. She came over for a lacrosse camp. We went out to dinner. I'm like her cool aunt. I'm like prepared to give her the birds and the bees talk and that whole thing.
Yeah.
And she's like not interested. She's on Instagram, has girlfriends. They do dance. Could not be less interested.
Yeah, totally.
In boys.
Yeah.
Which is so refreshing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when I was 15, you know.
Oh,
so
forget
it's good news all around. She also knows everything about everything. Because when you guys want to know something, you don't sit around and wait for your parents to tell you the wrong answer. You just go Google it or find it out. We were talking about something history wise, and I was like, everything I learned in school has been debunked.
Yeah.
I learned that the Native Americans and the Pilgrims had a wonderful meal.
Wait, hold on.
They got along great.
Wait, Thanksgiving never happened?
They exchanged blankets and they had a great time. That's what we
And there's
learned.
always a cornucopia. Always.
Yes, they had squash, they had butternut squash,
Yep.
and everything
Mac and
was
cheese.
hunky dory. But in England, you can drink, I think at 14 if your parents are there. And we went out and she had no interest in drink because I'm like, your cool aunt, like, want to have a
Right.
sip? And she's like, no, thanks. It's like, she's like, I've done that. When you take the taboo off
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it, I
totally.
think it's like not cool if you have
Yeah.
access to it in some way.
I think you're right. I think if there's no like, oh, we can sneak alcohol, blah, 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 then no one really wants to do it. If it's there, they're like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like part of the allure of it
Yeah.
is you're pissing off your parents.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 things to say about that. One is, being the linear, logical person I am, it's illegal. So I can't say you
Right.
can break the law.
Right.
Now, if we had the same law as London, I'd have the same
You're
exact
right.
thing.
You're right.
That's the problem with me is I can't say you can break the law here, but now you can't break the law over here. So as a parent, I go, that's why I can't let her drink. However, I do believe in positive criminal behavior as a teenager. So I know for
Please
sure.
write this parenting book.
I know for sure. I know what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not saying it's okay. It's not happening in my house as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not providing anybody with alcohol, but I'm not a fucking idiot. I started drinking when I was 14 years old. There's some positive criminal behavior that happens that teaches you how to work around, how to get what you want, how to manipulate, sometimes in a positive way,
Mm-hmm.
that I think is valuable when you're an adult. So that's what I think about her drinking behind my back with her friends, because I know they do it.
And
They're supposed to be doing
like
it.
I was saying before, I got all the drinking out of my system by the time I was 16. I was like, all right,
So,
done that, not
21,
fun,
I
don't
was
like
done.
it, don't like the way it makes me feel.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm kind of glad. Like, had I waited till the age I was allowed to, I feel like I would have destroyed my 20s.
That's what some kids are saying now, that if they didn't drink in high school, they're scared they're going to go crazy in college.
Right.
And then they're actually away from home. And if they make a mistake, it's on them. So that's why I think like some of them were kind of glad that they started drinking and smoking in college so they could like test everything out, know their limits. And then when they go to college and they're living basically by themselves, they have a better grasp on like who they are.
Positive
when we're in
criminal
Italy. When we're in Italy.
When is Italy? Soon?
A couple.
Yeah, 2 weeks,
How long are you going for?
11 days.
Yeah. So when we're in Italy one night, we're doing a wine tasting, and I'm going to drink with my daughters.
Yeah.
And I want to see in their eyes. As a professional drinker, I want to walk them through what a buzz should feel like, where you should shut it off, and all of that. Because I was going to have Mark Norman do it. He's really good at shutting buzzes off. And Mark's like, I feel like this is a trap. And so,
Just call him a buzzkill?
no, he's really good at like, he can drink and then he doesn't get too fucked up. Like,
Got it. Okay.
He knows when to stop.
He's a great governor. Yeah.
Oh, that's...
I put that kid in the fucking dirt. I've put him in the dirt. I mean, I've made him drink
Poor
at
guy.
hours. Yeah. I love taking him on tour with me, like a big tour, because he is fun as fucking shit.
I want to do that podcast they do where we might be drunk, right? That's what we did on that live one.
Are you going to New York to do press for your special?
I am Friday. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's why you can't do the
Let
thing.
me ask you, this is so fast. Like what you're doing, you're shooting your special in Omaha soon.
Pete! Yeah.
What matters press-wise? Like if you can only do 3 things. Your special's coming out, Bert Kreischer, you can only do 3. You can do Today's Show, Fallon, Rogan.
All right, I'm gonna lump Barstool in hardcore. But Barstool's number 1 for me.
And it's
Big Cat and KFC.
Okay, right. KFC Radio.
I'm sure Dave Portnoy would have you on his podcast in a heartbeat.
BFFs.
Yeah,
I've done. I
but
did that.
Big
one.
Cat and KFC are my I they're both just phenomenal, and it's I really think and by the way, I don't even know their reach. I know they're big, but like they're fun as fuck to do. Both of those are really fun to do. I would spend a good half of a good morning at Barstool and do as much as you could there. They're doing things so fucking right.
Yeah.
I think Rogan's really big.
Yep.
Are You Garbage was a blast.
That's 3.
Oh shit, hold on. Well, I'm gonna pull Rogan out then, because Rogan's gonna talk about your special anyway.
Well, why you would do hot ones?
Oh, I definitely do.
If you can choose, like the 3 that matter, the 3 that will move the needle, because it's like I feel like now everything's so severed.
Have you done hot ones yet?
No.
Do hot ones.
I would love
that's
to.
what
Wait,
we
have you
should
not?
do.
Are you not set up to do it?
No, because they shoot in like stretches, I think, but I don't, or maybe I don't know. I would love to do it.
Come on.
You totally should. You'd
But
be amazing.
I feel like hot ones. Remember back in the day when I was like, now it's like Billie Eilish and Barack Obama. Like the guests are wild on that show.
Yeah.
But you'd be perfect for that.
And you can thank
I'm not
me, Sean
scheduled to
Evans.
do-
You're welcome. Thank you, Sean.
Sean.
I pretty much made that show. He knows
Totally,
it.
totally.
No, I was the first. He always says I was the first celebrity to ever like his show, to like hit him up. And I wasn't a celebrity. I was just on Travel Channel.
You're just hungry.
But I loved it. I loved that fucking. I was just hungry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm on the most. Yeah. I've been
That's
on,
wild.
Like, I don't know. Are You Garbage is a great podcast.
Who's this?
Who's this?
Hi.
It's Daisy.
Come in.
Hi, Daisy. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Daisy. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, cute girls.
Come on in.
I'd call you.
Here, ladies, sit down. Whitney, go ahead.
Hi, come on in. Are they allowed? What is your name, Daisy?
It's Daisy.
Daisy.
That's Sophia.
Sophia, nice to meet you. Whoa.
This is Whitney.
Hi, I'm Whitney. Nice to meet you.
Why don't you take my seat? Yeah, you take
Or
my
Sure.
so, can you guys share a seat, you two gals?
Yeah.
Do you live close by? How did you get here?
Yeah.
Just
I live
now.
like 5 minutes away.
Okay.
I'm super close.
How old are you?
18.
18?
Yeah.
18, all of you. Whoa. This is wild.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to Illinois.
Slide that over, Halsey.
Going to Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois.
This has already gone south fast. Oh, you're going to go there for college?
Yes.
Okay, where are you going to college?
Yeah.
Do you-
Illinois Wesleyan.
So college, do you like buy all that? Like, is college kind of like a little bit of like this is kind of a hoax. This is kind of a scam.
Yeah.
Like with what it costs.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on the person. I think that most people just go for the experience because it's just kind of what you do, and people think that you can't really get anywhere without a degree.
It's a formality.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like, there are definitely schools that, like, I think are 100% a scam. And if you can't, and some people who can't afford it still choose to go because they think that's just kind of what you do.
You're going to meet people. You're going to meet a business partner, a husband, whatever.
Exactly. I mean, I just think it depends on the person. I mean, I think there's smart ways to go to college and, like, smart financial decisions to make regarding college, like, depending on what scholarships you get, what school, like, you know, tuitions and whatever.
Do you like the fact that colleges are like removing books that have the N-word, even though they were written 300 years ago, or that we're removing
That would be great. Daisy's like, I want them to keep the word in. I want them to put the word in more. I mean, I don't think it's enough in books, honestly. I'd like to see Little Women put it in their book.
You guys have such a bright future. Let's ruin it. No, I'm just curious because when I meet you guys, you're like so smart and down to earth, and you're not like impressionable in a way that it's like whatever I read, I'm gonna be offended by. I'm not gonna be able to tell the context of when something was written or what something means. I feel like there's just such a patronizing approach to this younger generation now. And then when I meet you guys and hang out with you, you're just like so reasonable and don't need to be like coddled in that way.
Yeah, I think the expectation is that we need to be coddled just because there's people who are very outspoken, like especially on their internet who did like demand that coddling or whatever. But in reality, like most people our age aren't like that. Yeah, like it's the minority for sure.
Do you have any heroes? Like, do you look up to anyone?
No. Not you.
I don't know.
Because I haven't, but I haven't met someone your age that does. Like, you know, we grew up with this sort of illusion of these people that were perfect athletes and celebrities and stuff, and now with Twitter and iPhones and what every mistake someone made. So it's hard to put someone on a pedestal and look up to anyone anymore.
Yeah. It's honestly, it seems controversial to like anybody at this point.
Do you forgive someone if they publicly apologize? Would you rather someone apologize for a joke? You know, Kevin Hart did a joke, whatever. Would you rather a comedian apologize? Are you actually going to forgive them? Or are you going to lose respect for someone if they apologize for something?
No, apologizing is like the whole point. It's like the point of people, I mean, I think it depends on the person, but I think that calling people out publicly, the whole point is to hold them responsible, not to like, I don't believe in ruining someone's career.
I agree. I could not agree more.
Like, it's not to shame them. It's more to shed light on like, hey, maybe this wasn't correct.
Yeah, it's just like.
And if they apologize, you truly forgive them?
It depends.
It depends because sometimes they're just gonna apologize just because like they're famous and they need to.
Yeah.
To like save themselves.
Do you feel like there have been situations, you don't have to name names, where you're like, they did the right thing by apologizing, but I can tell this isn't sincere?
Yes.
And other times you're like, I can tell that's sincere. It didn't come in as quickly as I wanted it to.
Here's my impression of my apology. I don't know what I'll apologize for, but this is
what you'll apologize for.
Their parents tonight.
Yeah. So if I got in trouble and they're like, you put a bunch of children on your podcast and you ask them questions that are inappropriate.
They're not children. 18?
This is how my first apology.
You're a comedian. You should know 18 is not a child.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Until you have one, and it is.
So I said I would go, all right, hey guys, I know that cancel culture is coming for me. I don't really get it yet. Just want everyone to know I'm not apologizing because I don't really understand why I'm in trouble, but I'll keep thinking about it. And when I figure I am a fucking kid.
I'm going to apologize for that joke as soon as I stop laughing at it.
I don't
It's
know.
just so funny.
Okay. I know I offended a lot of people. I'm not really sure why, but I'm gonna work to figure it out. Okay.
Well, that's when people say, I'm sorry you were offended. That's when you're like,
oh, that's how LeeAnn apologizes.
You're making me be the
that's how LeeAnn apologizes. Yeah, she goes, I'm sorry you got your feelings hurt. And you're like,
I'm sorry you reacted like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry you reacted like that.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was not my intention, but if it was my impact, I apologize for my impact.
I'm sorry I didn't say I'm sorry the right way.
Yeah, well,
like, I'm sorry should never come out like this. I'm sorry. That doesn't sound like an apology. You just go, hey, I'm sorry.
Well, that's kind of why you need to read the apology, because you can tell if someone's actually sorry. If they're blaming you for reacting, then you know they just want to get
I'm
you
always
off
like,
their
if
back.
your apology is in a notes app,
Who
screen
smells
grab.
good? Who smells good?
Okay, definitely
Probably
me.
Daisy.
No. What are you guys doing? Do you have plans or something tonight?
No idea.
A kickback? Do you know what a kickback is, Whitney?
I'm just laughing at the idea of you smelling anyone.
Going away party?
Yeah.
It's this table.
That was last night.
Let me smell your salt.
That's what he said.
Let me smell you.
No, it's tonight.
How quickly you pivoted. Who smells
No.
good? What are you doing, lady?
Yes! Oh my god. The Hungarian kid's leaving, so it's going away party.
Oh,
Monte!
I think they all kind of have a crush on this Hungarian kid.
No, he's just so sweet.
Oh,
He's the sweetest guy.
He was born in Hungary?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was born in Hungary, but he came here to play water polo for a couple months.
Yeah.
Red flag.
No, he's the sweetest
I'm
guy.
joking.
What's here's a good question. What's the most recent thing you got in trouble for by your parents? We'll just go around the room. Daisy, what was the most recent thing you got in trouble for by your parents?
Why do you think he's asking this question?
I think I know why he's asking this question.
Did you have a cat burglar or someone?
No,
Are you the drug dealer? Are you the weed dealer in this?
No.
Davey doesn't need weed.
Let me see your Venmo requests.
Oh, what's the most recent thing?
Maybe in the past 24 hours.
Like yesterday.
Do you have
I
siblings?
thought you were fucking grounded. I don't know why you're here.
I was grounded for a day, and then my mom said, "Clean your room and you can leave." And I was like, "Then I'm not grounded. That's just."
But you didn't disagree. You just went, "Oh yeah, sure."
Oh yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay,
Konieczna.
Yeah.
It's not Polish, that's Russian.
How do you say of course in Polish?
I have no idea.
You don't speak
Are
any
you Polish?
My mom's Polish. I know some words.
You want to know something crazy?
Yes.
Her dad signed an autograph for me on my birthday in 2000. No, in 2000. 2000. Her dad, there's a cast picture of Reba McEntire's show, Reba, and her dad, and I had it. It was crazy because I didn't watch Reba, but we were both produced by Mindy Schulheist. I think I'm saying her name right. Mindy Schulheist produced it, and when I was working with her, and she got me a cast picture, and random, I looked at her dad every fucking day in my closet. I had in my closet.
Wait, your dad's in the show?
Yeah, her dad was in it. I know, but
Your dad's in Reba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's crazy is that all of a sudden I meet her and George is like, her dad was in Reba. I went, which one? This is Reba's ex-husband or something. Or Reba's, yeah.
That's wild.
And it's crazy that I would have his picture up and now his daughter comes over and like idolizes me.
That's exactly what happens.
I am the coolest fucking dad though, right? Her dad's pretty fucking cool. Her dad's fun.
What is your dad? What sitcom was your dad on?
He was in what movie was he in? He was an elf.
Oh,
he was in
Which
yeah,
adds
he's
up.
like, yeah, everyone's dad's in the business.
You're serious. This is wild.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what? Your dad's an actor, comedic actor. Okay. And what does your mom do? Please be alive.
Well, I don't even know what she does. Well, she works for Pasadena Unified, and she works at the front desk. I don't know what I don't know exactly what she does.
Do you have any
just,
interest in performing? Any of you growing up with performers?
No.
Okay.
Oh wow! Go ahead, Daisy.
Yeah,
What do you want to be? What do you want to be,
I don't
Daisy?
know what I was-
This is a great
when I was
audition
younger.
platform. Do you want to be a singer?
No, God, I'm so bad at singing.
Just
but-
let's hear it a little bit,
she-
Georgia.
no, she
Can I ask you? Can I tell you guys something?
Wait, are we not going back to the
No,
most
no.
in trouble we've gotten?
Oh
Do
yeah.
you really want to? Okay.
Sing it to us.
Fine,
Sing to us why you got in trouble.
Why'd I get in trouble?
I snuck a
Sing.
boy in my house. His name was Milo.
Wait, are you dating the polo player from Hungary?
No, it's a different guy. Oh my God, he's
Different
so
Milo
old.
Ventimiglia was in your home?
No.
No. And my Polish mom called me like at the border in World War II.
I think you got it. I think
Her mom walked in. Her mom walked in, opened the door, and goes, "I'm papers, please."
Jesus.
Dude, Poland's not a fucking game, dude.
Poland's not a fucking
Dude,
game.
you know,
I keep thinking you are playing with my feet, and it's fucking Izzy. I'm like, Georgia, put a leash on your friends.
God.
So, the leader or whatever died of Poland like 20 years ago. Died in a plane crash, and they put in his twin brother just to take over. Remember that movie Dave?
That's such a Polish thing to do.
It's the most Polish shit ever, and it was
didn't
like
even know
no
that.
one cared. They were just like, yeah, same.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
did you,
how gnarly
Sounds
Poland
about
is.
Did you hear about the Polish?
Uh-oh.
I can't even do it.
Oh no.
Did you hear about the Polish terrorist who tried to blow up the car? He burned his lips on the exhaust pipe. Did you ever hear Polish jokes? Oh, you are Polish. You are Polish.
You know what?
I'm telling him you like you're not Polish.
Everyone's uncomfortable, Bert. We all know.
You know what? You know why Poland? You know why Poland got that rap of Polish jokes, right? Because I think this is accurate.
Anti-Semitism?
No.
Oh.
Because when the Germans came in, the Polish were very proud, but they were poor, and they fought the tanks with like sticks. And so the Germans are like, how stupid are these people? But they weren't stupid. They just didn't have any weapons, and they were like, you're not taking our fucking country. And they fought. I think that's the story.
Oh God.
I
think
so.
Do you guys know who Whitney is?
Hilarious.
Okay, you ready? Want me to tell you who Whitney is?
Hold on, but really quick.
No.
can I ask-
Don't
No,
you try.
let her
No,
ask, let her ask,
what
let her
she
ask,
does.
See,
Let her
this is called mansplaining, and you should not put up with it.
Let her ask. Let her
This
ask.
is a toxic man who just silenced a woman.
Very
Get him, sick
How do
him.
you feel?
Whitney is.
Apologize
Whitney is.
immediately.
I'm sorry.
I wish I
your
knew what I
feelings
did
are
wrong.
hurt.
I'll work on it. Whitney created a show called Two Broke Girls, and is doing her third. She directed a movie called What a Woman Thinks. No, that's not it. What was it? What was the name of your movie?
How have you managed to demote me so quickly?
It was not What a Woman Thinks. Female Brain.
Do not help
The female
him.
brain.
Don't help him. This is
Whitney is on her
fifth.
Netflix special.
Oh no.
Third Netflix special.
Yeah.
Third Netflix special. It comes out next week.
Is that the thing now? That only the Netflix ones count?
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Oh my God.
If they
I
run
don't-
Comedy Central, HBO.
no one wants to see the Comedy
Yeah.
Central shirt where I sweat through a gray shirt. It's fucking uncomfortable. And the machine's about go. The machine was Showtime, but I just tell people it's Netflix.
Where is it now?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's on Netflix. They acquired it. All right.
Are you gonna? So, do you go to
Oh
college
my
soon?
God.
18?
Yeah. We leave like in a month.
Did you take the
no less than a month.
SATs?
No.
Are those
Yeah.
gone?
Everything
No,
was
no,
test
because of
optional.
They're like
COVID.
starting to go
'Cause of
away.
COVID. Yeah.
But they for our year they stopped it.
Yes, thank
because
you.
we couldn't. I know we
God.
got so lucky.
Yeah.
They stopped it because we couldn't during COVID.
But they're not stopping it in general. It was just a COVID thing?
Well, I think before they wanted to stop it, but I think COVID was like, oh, now we have
Because
the
with all this
option.
like neurodivergent, people learn
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
shocked they still
I
do that
hate the
archaic
SATs.
test. It's
Yeah.
not a reflection of your intelligence
No, I
at
hate
all.
standardized
Yeah.
tests.
They
It's
didn't
not.
have the SATs when I was in college, high school. They had the OCDs, and I just
No.
couldn't get my pencil sharp
No.
enough. I
No.
kept trying to get it sharp. I
No.
touched the.
Bad joke. Not gonna land.
Hey, did I tell you the rom? Hold on, Daisy. Did I tell you about the rom-com I wrote?
No.
I wrote a romantic comedy. It's a little derivative, but it's about a guy and a girl who meet online, and they start DMing each other back and forth. They don't know, they've never met each other, and when they meet, he finds out she's transgendered. It's called You've Got Mail.
I hate this.
Does it star your favorite Elliot Page? Does it star your...
Stupid joke.
What
Do you want to hear? That's one of the jokes I wrote. There's another joke I wrote. Okay, you got to really know. You're only Whitney's going to get this. I told this
Don't
to
lug
LeeAnn.
me into this nightmare.
Neil Young, who
Okay.
I don't know if you know, he protested Joe Rogan.
I know who knew.
Okay, Neil Young.
Right.
Neil Young about the vaccine. Anyway, Neil Young walks into a bar in Austin and he sees Joe Rogan sitting at the bar and he's like, motherfucker. And Joe goes, Neil, let's sit down. Let's have a drink. Let's talk this out. So Neil's like, all right. So he sits down. The bartender goes, boys, what can I get you? And Joe looks at Neil and goes, I'd have a beer. The shots are no good. Get it? The shots? What? You don't get it?
No, I get it. It's just not
No,
funny.
no. Here's what
No,
is
it's
funny.
actually a terrible
Sometimes when someone does something unfunny, it can remind you of something that is. So remember Three Amigos when Martin Short was laughing and he's like, it's a mail plane. See the little balls? And he won't stick it. No one understands why he's like out of breath, wheezing, laughing. That's what this reminds me
My
of.
favorite part of Three Amigos is when he goes, he's hanging up in the thing and he's trying to get his attention. He's like,
Look up here! Look up here! Look up!
What's the matter? You guys got something to do?
No.
No, we're just.
By the way,
never
you
seen
ever
Three
checked your
Amigos.
phones once? You're not these little cracked out, phone addicted narcissists.
No,
Why are
no,
you
no,
painted this
they're
way?
not.
I know.
You guys have bad PR.
Yeah,
We have a bad rep.
Really bad.
It's unfair.
Greta
I know.
Thunberg ruined it.
Greta Thunberg.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you guys like her? She's kind of she ruined it for everyone.
She's got a new album coming out.
God.
What do you watch?
What, like,
Yeah.
in general?
What's a show that you like for real?
A show that I like. Oh, that's a God. I feel like I'm put on the spot. I don't know. I'm finishing Breaking Bad right now.
Whoa, okay.
But that's a pretty general thing that everybody likes.
Yeah, no.
So.
It'd be great if she was like, I just watched a documentary on Ruby Ridge.
What's that?
It's white supremacist.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So the Oklahoma City bombing was. I got into a pretty aggressive conversation drunk the other night about Ruby Ridge, and anyway. You guys want to try marijuana?
This is if I'm in a 2-shot with you, I should be doing this.
All right, I'm gonna have a drink. I'm now. I'm bombing over here.
No, you're not. This is a
No,
drink.
you just for some reason have resorted to dad jokes.
What do you want to do?
That's a really good question. I have no idea. For a while, I really wanted to like get into acting because my dad was in it and stuff. But I don't know. That was just kind of like what I was around, so it's what I knew. But
Sure.
Yeah, now I'm going in undecided.
Okay.
I'm going to school in New Orleans.
Just don't major in communications.
No, that wasn't the plan. I tried to do business because I was like, oh, broad thing. I took one business class with like an elevator salesman and decided that's just never, ever what I want to do.
Okay, well, we
ever.
should call the police.
Elevator salesman?
We should report that.
Some girl was talking, like some seminar where some lady was talking about how she works for an elevator company, and her whole speech was, oh, I didn't know that I'd be working for this company for so long, but here I am. And I was like, oh, that's appealing.
Tragic.
So, yeah. But now I don't know.
I had a manager at Barnes & Noble, Dwayne, give me the speech about, I didn't realize it was a speech saying you should be a manager here at Barnes & Noble. He was just telling me about how great his life is. And all I was thinking is, your life sucks. He's like, dude, you don't know, man. This is great. This is great. And I'm in his office. He's talking to me. And then at the end of the speech, he's like, so what do you think? And I went, it sounds great. And he goes, so then you want to be a manager? And I went, oh, no. And I didn't realize I was saying it to him. I was like, oh, no. I go, dude, I definitely don't want to be a fucking manager.
Yeah.
He goes, why not? And I went, are you being serious? And I was like, oh, I'm going to go back. I'm uncomfortable. I'm so sorry.
So you were working there.
I was working at Barnes & Noble, and then I got fired for working out in the basement in my underwear like 2 weeks later. Yeah.
Wait, what did you do at Barnes & Noble? You like put the
Ironically, I worked in the travel section.
Really?
I shelved travel books, and I'm dyslexic. So to do the alphabet and to just pull out a book and then have to shelve it alphabetically, the travel section was a fucking mess.
A little too hard. Too difficult.
Oh my God.
Above his pay grade.
Is Barnes & Noble's closed now though, right?
It was a Barnes & Noble in Astor Place, and there was no air conditioning.
Boo.
And it was the first gay dude I ever really met and hung out with.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his name was Andrew. And he was like, I'm from like Omaha, and I am
Shooting
gay.
special there coming soon. Tickets available now.
He's like, I'm gay, and I was like, cool. I saw him a comic, and he goes, I'm gay, and I went, oh, very awesome.
It's not like his career.
Well,
I'm straight. Yeah.
He was trying to go pro. So,
Oh my God.
so he said to me, he's like, yeah, in my town, I came out as gay. My dad disowned me, and no one wanted to talk to me, and so I decided to move to New York. I figured I'd find some friends here, and I met him like first week in New York, and then I watched this guy progressively just fuck his way through New York. It's like when you come out, there's this like everyone's like, well, welcome, come on, let's get blowjobs or whatever, and he would come back with the craziest stories every fucking day. He'd come home and be like, you should have been with me last night. And I'd be like, tell me about it. We'd take the freight elevator, go down to the basement, and he'd tell me his escapades. And I've never really known any. I knew gay guys, but I didn't know any. And so it was like a really cool, like, I don't know, like introduction to like.
It was just hot. It was a turn on to hear him talk about.
So next thing you know, we're hooking up, and I'm like, how did you do this to me?
Just bring photos next time.
Sunglass season is here, baby. And there's no better option than our friends at Shady Rays. Shady Rays is an independent sunglass company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any of the expensive pairs of sunglasses I've worn. Durable frames, an extremely clear, polarized lens for outdoor living and beyond. But that's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all eyewear. Every pair is backed by a lost and broken replacement. So if you lose or break a pair, even on day one, they told us they're going to send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Get as crazy you want this summer. Make sure you're wearing your Shady Rays because you can wear them with confidence. They also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order and have donated over 20 million meals to date. Look good in your Shady Rays and feel good knowing you're making an impact. If you don't love them, They'll exchange them for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There is no risk when shopping for Shady Rays. Their team has your back. I love my Shady Rays. And it's nice to know that if something happens on my adventures on the road, scratch them, break them, lose them, they're going to get me covered. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use the code BERT for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people. Go ahead.
What do you want to do?
I'm going in for nursing.
Whoa.
Ooh, I fucking love nurses. Not that way it came out creepy, but no, but I love a good nurse. Look at this arm. This is a bad nurse right there. You see those bruises?
That is a bad arm. It's a bad arm.
Why did don't be that nurse?
The nurse,
she couldn't find a vein.
was not given a lot to work with.
She couldn't find a vein.
Yeah,
and she
where
went
would
there,
you get the vein?
Yeah, one there.
Stop,
Nurse was like,
stop.
Are you squeamish?
Oh,
I really don't like needles.
just take a look at this bruise on my vein, George. She'll start gagging.
Oh, good. You don't have to worry about her and drugs. This is great.
Yeah. Oh, she's never shooting heroin. I can promise.
I was gonna say.
A good nurse goes a long way.
So you better be a good nurse.
Yeah.
Well,
Get ready for cleaning a lot of shit too.
But nursing, like,
Yes.
do you
So
would
excited.
you want like? Is there an option to be a doctor if you want to?
Yes, but I don't want to be a doctor.
Yeah, it looks
I wanna
like a
be
nightmare.
nurse. Yeah.
That's so interesting because I feel like there's this thing with women now where you have to be like a CEO. You have to be like a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I like that you're just like, yeah, I want to be a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the surgeon. I want to just be the
No.
nurse.
Yeah.
I said that for a while. I don't want to be in movies. I just want to be a comic. And people were like,
And
"Don't you wanna
everyone
be in
was
movies?"
fine with that.
Yeah, and then I got in movies and I love it. No, Daisy, ask Whitney how much money she has.
That's a weird question.
You can take the
Can
reins
you
on
please
that.
stop manipulating children, as
It's
you call
only
them, in
Daisy
order to get
every time.
information?
Only Daisy.
I know.
I like bullying Daisy.
It is really fun.
You're going to New Orleans. That's going to be
I
fun.
am. Yeah, I'm really excited.
And where are you going?
Illinois.
Oh, nice.
Illinois
You told me that. You
West.
told me that. And then are you going to all be separated?
Yeah. Very
Oh,
sad.
man. Are you going with any friends? Like, does
Well,
where your friends go weigh
that's the
where you go for school?
When what?
Like other
doesn't-
friends going to the same college, does that influence your decision?
No.
Oh, that's smart.
Where did you go to
doesn't.
college?
University of Pennsylvania.
You sure?
Penn? Wait, you went to an Ivy League school?
I did.
Jesus.
Did?
For one of
Yeah,
us.
let's not. Huh?
Yes, Shade.
Yeah. Just paid it off. Don't recommend it. I just feel like colleges now, they don't mean what they used to. So it's like, there were a lot of people parents that sued USC for their kids that went to USC, because remember that scandal where a bunch of celebrities and famous people paid that guy Rick Singer in order to take SAT tests, and they literally had their children posing in canoes to pretend that they were on a crew team because they were paying the coaches off. And so people that actually got into USC and worked their ass off, the parents were like, this doesn't mean what it used to.
It's you that smells good.
that's true.
What are you wearing?
Yeah, it is me.
Yeah. What is it?
It's called Italian Citrus.
Ooh.
Santa
You
Maria
know what I
Novella.
like to call
Very-
that? Orange.
Yeah, no one calls it that.
Yeah. No.
Am I turning into a dad joke comic?
Yes,
It's
you
been
are.
a while. Yeah, speaking of transitions.
All right, I'll tell you a dirty joke.
Okay.
All right.
Did you guys?
How do you know the line? Let me just ask you a question. Is there like a line that all parents know?
Some
He
parents
obviously
know,
doesn't.
Some parents don't know. But
Hey, where's
tell
Pete?
those
But I just mean, do all the parents get together and
He's
say like,
outside.
this is appropriate, this isn't,
No.
you know what I mean?
No, I've crossed
they
the line
don't
a couple
know from,
times.
like,
I told
Yeah,
someone
my
to fuck
dad
off the other
doesn't
night, and
Parents?
I told a child to fuck off, and
Which child?
I don't know, and LeeAnn was like, Bert, but I was like, I wasn't saying like, fuck off. I was like, fuck off, fuck off.
Like, are you,
Whatever.
like, are
Yeah.
you allowed to yell at other? When I was a kid,
No.
my friends' parents definitely like grabbed me by the head a couple
No,
times.
I was going to tell you this earlier. I won't yell at Georgia, because I learned that in yelling at Georgia, and you were saying this about your family, your parents, I learned that I set up a paradigm within which there was always punishment. There was never, so like, what if she did something bad? Why not lie about it? Because is he going to yell louder?
Yeah.
It doesn't get worse than it is. And so I learned if I can incorporate empathy and listening in it, then it gives her a chance to be honest and go, I should tell them what's going on.
Yeah, so you're not setting up an environment where they feel the need to lie to you or be scared of you. That's not good parenting.
I remember the first day I applied it, Georgia got caught driving people in her car, and LeeAnn caught her, and LeeAnn came back livid. And Georgia came in. LeeAnn goes, drop them off and come home. Georgia came home, and Georgia's, you could just see Georgia's like, I'm fucked. Whatever. I'm gonna lose my car. I'm fucked. And LeeAnn goes, what do you think we should do? And I said, I think you should write 1,000 words on why we think you shouldn't be driving around with people in your car. And she started crying. Do you remember that?
Yes. Don't make me write something.
No. She was like, you understand me. Because if she writes, she thinks about it. Same way of like, you know, for us. Yo, Pete, what's up? Can I get where have you been?
I'm sitting on the deck working.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
He's been playing hacky sack. Leave him alone. But you know what? We the guy that I'm dating, we talked about the raccoon thing. I had like a rabies run in. The dude, he came in when he was so mad at me. And it's the first time in my life I was able to see that someone that loved me, their anger, it was coming from a place of love. Is crazy that sound. It's like he was so scared that he was like livid, like apoplectic.
That makes sense. I get there where I get scared and
it's the only way I could listen to him. Like I needed it to, so yeah.
Isla, do you remember this, George? Isla she bought these things where you kept them in your hand and then you open it and it went.
Yeah.
And so she bought, I don't know what it's called.
They're like staffs.
It's a staff. And but it's like a magician's staff. And I didn't understand what it was. And she opened it and it hit her in the face. And it's metal. It hit her in the face. And I thought it ripped her nose off of her. And I started yelling at her to show me her face. And then she looked back at me and goes, I'm just as scared as you are.
That is so emotionally mature.
She goes, it's my nose. Is it still there? And I went, yes, it's still there. You're fine.
God, to be able to formulate that.
She's so cute. I know.
She's so self-aware. That is wild.
I know. She's crazy.
To be able to like articulate yourself and calibrate your emotions like that. I just started being able to do that.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to like get married or do you think about that?
No. Actually, I don't think about it. I only think about me getting older, and I would only do it if it like fulfilled my life more. Like I wouldn't do it only because you're supposed to get married or you're supposed to have kids. Like if, you know, I find someone I love and I want to marry them, I need to make sure I'm okay with them like platonically. Like I want to make sure like I trust them with my finances. If I have kids, I would trust them with my kids. I would trust them with Thanks, Mom. I would trust them with any like major life decision. Like I want to trust them on a platonic level and on a romantic level, and I want to trust them with all the people that I know.
Wait,
so I want to.
And where do you introduce them to your dad?
Okay. No, but like that's the only.
Do I get a say in this guy?
As long as you don't meet him at one of Bert's shows, is one of your dad's shows.
Would you ever date a fan of mine?
No.
Say you go to college next year.
I wouldn't.
So hold on.
No.
Okay, say you go to school next year, and you meet a guy like Pete, good looking, smart, right, funny, kind of a little bit nerd with an eating disorder, and you.
Jesus.
And he goes, and you guys hit it off, and then it's tequila.
That's a no. That's a no, sir.
and then he goes, and like fifth date, he goes, I got to be honest with you, I didn't know this. You're the machine's daughter, and you go, is it over for you? Is it over for you, or do you go, I am? Because like Mom. I dated Mom for how long before I showed you the Rolling Stone article? And we're dating, and I was like, and she said, she goes, we're laying in bed, and she goes, are you a drug dealer? And I went, what? And she goes, how do you have all this money? I never see you work. And I went, oh, I'm a comic. And she goes, no, I know, but how do you have money? I said, I've had deals. She goes, what's a fucking deal?
That's
and I
my favorite. I'm a comic. Yeah, but what do you do?
Yeah. I said, oh, I should explain it. And so I brought out the Rolling Stone article, and I gave it to her, and she read it in bed with me, and she was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm going to lose this chick. She's going to realize I shit on a pizza box to win an election. and I'm gonna fucking lose her. I did. I said
Well, that's
I
what
was
I'm
a boss.
saying. Like, I need
God.
to trust everyone. Like, I need to trust that person with more than that.
Yeah.
Like, if I trust them to an extent where, like, being a fan of yours doesn't get in the way of just our relationship in general. Sorry.
You mean you don't want to feel like you're being used in any way, or
Like he's
So
like, we
that's
should go back to your parents' house one more time.
Like, that's what I'm saying. If I feel like I'm being used, then obviously. But, like, if they're like, oh, your dad's funny, and that has no effect on our relationship whatsoever.
Then you found yourself a winner.
Yes.
You found a cool dude. Just so you know,
Okay.
cool dude.
Yes, I get it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I would rather trust someone completely and then decide to marry them instead of just going, oh, I'm in love with you and I'm young and I'm at the age I should get married, where all my friends are getting married. Like, if I find that person at 50, then I'll probably get married.
How many guys, if you're looking back at your life, how many guys, if you could, don't name them, how many guys do you go, that one got away? That was a really good one. I fucked that up.
It's actually an interesting. That wasn't a fart, I swear. What are these prank chairs? Like,
they're called activity chairs.
Geez. I did read something somewhere once. There's a great book called Getting the Love You Want by Harville Hendricks. Terrible title for an amazing book about how we're subconsciously attracted to people that have the negative qualities of our primary caretakers. And it's just sort of like the neurochemical familiar. So if you find yourself being like magnetically attracted to someone, we're told that it's like, passion and butterflies and, love at first sight, and all these like toxic notions that all, songs and romantic comedies are based on, etc. But actually, that's probably just your brain going, oh, this is the neurochemical cocktail that I'm used to, the perfect amount of being ignored, being loved, feeling like I need to audition and campaign for approval of this person, whatever neurochemical cocktail your primary caretaker gave you, whatever, the chaos, the drama, the whatever. And it's just familiar. It's basically like you're just going like, dada, mama, or whatever,
I'm not marrying my dad.
Yeah, like that's ideal.
If you're lucky, you
By
will.
the way, he's not available.
If you find a guy that loves me as much as I love you, fucking snag him. I wish I could just go. I want to go to your college and I'll find your guy.
No.
I'll find your guy.
Oh, God.
He's gonna be a little overweight.
No, but you're not. But it's also, it's like there's no way to find your guy right now because you're not the person you're gonna be. You want to wait till you're the person.
Like,
you
people
don't.
that get married so young, they're still growing up.
Yeah,
Like, even if you get
exactly.
married at 23, you're only 23.
You guys know the concept of Saturn returns? When you're 27 or 28, basically everything in your life kind of changes. Like when you move into adulthood, like anyone at 27, 28 always breaks up with a boyfriend that they've had for a long period of time. You change your job.
I did. I did it. Yeah.
So they say, they say
27.
don't commit to anything until after you're 28. And once you do commit and like someone or like, oh, this person might be my husband, you want to go off birth control for a year and see if you're still into him.
Oh, interesting.
Whoa.
If you were on any kind of...
LeeAnn went off birth control.
Because
I thought you did.
You've been shooting blanks for a minute. Because the way that we smell potential partners, our olfactory glands change when we're on birth control. So a lot of times it's so interesting because what happens is like you are attracted to a different kind of person when you're pregnant versus when you're not pregnant, right? So birth control basically is telling your body I'm pregnant, which means you can't get, that's why it works. And then so you can be magnetically attracted to someone and then you go off birth control and they smell different. You're not attracted, you're not interested in them anymore. And a lot of people, a lot of people.
That's why.
Welcome to University Whitney.
That's why I have mixed opinions.
They call me Ho Rogan.
That's why I have mixed opinions, I guess, on like the concept of marriage in general, because it's like, I don't know. I mean, I get it, but it's also like something about it is strange to me that you're trusting one person with everything in your life. Like you have to be attracted to them. You have to like stay romantically involved with them. You have to be happy with them in like all of these ways for the rest of your life. And I feel like that's a lot of pressure. And for a lot of people, like they're not going to find someone like that. And that's not going to work.
And like, let's get the government involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Let's like legally share everything we own.
LeeAnn got lucky and found the perfect one. Here, tell her, LeeAnn. No, tell her.
She was
LeeAnn.
never attracted to Bert. I mean,
I'll tell you what the truth is to me.
Here, sit
For
up here,
me,
LeeAnn.
about marriage, the truth is that person can't be all those things. You can't possibly get everything from one person, no matter who they are. So you have to have girlfriends. You have to have girlfriends.
you have to have balance, girlfriends.
You have to have.
That's the number one. The movie that I made. What did you think it was called? What women?
Want.
Yeah, you're just like bringing Mel Gibson into this for no reason.
Little Women.
Little Woman. No, that's Brad Williams'
Pretty Woman.
daughter's autobiography.
Pretty Woman.
No.
You got mail?
I hate you so much. I forgot what I was going to say now. You're stupid.
In the book, what I was saying, you need girlfriends. You can't just rely on one person for all of your happiness. You have to rely on. This sounds stupid, but a hobby,
100.
friends.
That's not a codependent hobby. Not I'm learning to snowboard because he's a snowboarder. That's not a hobby.
But that was important for me to tell you because I think that we are taught to believe that person you marry is the end all be all everything. And that is not true. It's a recipe for disaster.
And I'm concerned because like I made this movie based on a book called The Female Brain that, changed my life because both my parents had strokes and I come from lots of like migraines and just so I had to learn about neurology at a young age. Also, neurology and neuroscience is changing all the time. So probably whatever I'm saying now is going to get me canceled in 5-10 years. Doesn't mean it's not true now. So we have to be able to have these conversations because right now there's this thing. It's like there's no gender. That's great. Like I'm working on this new bit defending trans people, like non-binary. That's all real. But to pretend that a cis straight woman and a cis straight man don't get dopamine from different things is like a crazy thing that I think is really messing up a lot of relationships because, men need to feel needed and women don't need anything anymore, So, And so we're like, you can't open the door for me. You can't pay for me. You can't take me on a date. It's like, what can I do? You can't, so reading that book also changed my life because I grew up I married my best friend. I just want to marry. Your husband is not your best friend. Your boyfriend is not your best friend. When I went and met with LeeAnn who is the neuroscientist that wrote this book, I was like, if all these terms, dopamine, oxytocin, phenylethylamine, all these, I'm not a neuroscientist. I won't remember any of these words when I leave. What would you want me to know the most? What would a female neuroscientist want every girl to know? And she went, your boyfriend is not your girlfriend. You have 10 minutes. You come in, you talk about your day, you have 10 minutes. That's not the person you talk to about, well, Abigail, the bridesmaids' dresses are just not right. And then call your girlfriend to talk about that. Because call your girlfriend. Because if you're going to bring everything to your man, your girl friendships or your guy friendships are going to deteriorate. And you're putting too much pressure on that one person to be everything to you. And that's not fair to anyone.
And then you get let down. You can't help
LeeAnn, come sit next to me. Yeah. God damn it.
And so for me, I grew up with music that was like, you're my sun, you're my moon. I'm incomplete without you. All this toxic stuff that was like, no, you're one of the many things in my life. Yeah. You're one of many. My friendships, my job, my hobby, my balance. It's not fair. Even if the person is amazing, it's not fair.
It's not fair.
You have to get your internal needs met internally. You need to get your social needs met,
True. And things need space to breathe. Bread rises because you give it space. And if you don't, it's just flat and kind of flavorless. So if you are with this one person all the time, it becomes kind of flavorless. You have yes.
I also have this theory that you have to, I was talking to my guy about this and, have been like kind of trepidatious about not commitment, but just like marriage, because I grew up and I saw a lot of, I saw a lot of divorces. I saw a lot of acrimonious divorces, like had to go to court, just kind of saw that stuff.
Same here. My mom's been divorced 6 times, subpoenaed to testify against her.
Which by the way, there's also something kind of freeing about that. I didn't grow up with the idea that you marry someone and you you can have 2 or 3 marriages.
No, as soon as I started knowing I was in love with Bert, I got into therapy because I said, no. I said, I don't know how to do this. Yeah. I have such bad messaging that I don't know how to do this. So I need help. And I don't have a role model. I don't have an example. I have nothing to follow. So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it not right, but I'm going to do it with the intention of it succeeding.
Yeah.
So put me in therapy also.
Because my mom literally
get your money back.
Like 3rd wedding, my mom went, well, if I don't like him, I'll just divorce him. And I'm like, that's not how you enter that. You can't do that. Yeah. I'm not doing that. But I don't know how to do it any other way.
Right.
So let me get some help so that I can do this in a way that it works for me.
Right.
So I stayed in therapy actually because she's part of what I need for my full life because I don't get it from Bert entirely. And I don't get it from my girlfriends entirely.
And there's something that I that changed my life that I learned, and I'm in a 12-step program called Al-Anon. It's basically if you grew up around alcoholism, you should all be in it. You should go. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I mean, no, I know. And by alcoholism, we don't just define it as drinking, like compulsive behaviors, that essentially make you doubt your reality when you're a child. Like I had a lot of that growing up. I had a lot of screaming and slamming doors. And then everyone's like, what do you mean? We're fine. Everything's fine. No, we were just play acting or something. Whereas kids know, you feel it in your gut. You know when you're being lied to. So then you just start doubting your own reality. And that's what sort of happened with me. And I'm in this program. But one of the tools, it's a way to kind of just change your blueprint. We got bad messaging. They did the best they can with the tools they had. Our parents had no tools. Like my dad's dad was in a war, never hugged him, never said, I love you. Like they did great given the circumstances, as much as it's like hard to not be disappointed on a daily basis by our parents. We're wired for that, to think that way. But it was so simple. Don't go to the problem for the solution. So if Bert's my problem, I'm not going to go to Bert and say, hey, Bert, you're I go to my program or my therapist to go, maybe the solution is to confront the person. Yeah. Maybe it's to draw a boundary. Maybe it's to say absolutely nothing. Maybe it's to adjust my expectations. Yeah. Maybe it's to take some distance. Maybe it's to spend less time with the person. Like there's a litany of options that isn't, you did something bad, now let's just...
Totally.
The person that caused the problem probably doesn't understand how to, number one, fix the problem, or they don't even know they caused it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And when you're emotional and they're emotional, it's a bad combo. So... Like
you're just in your trauma responses. You're like two 5-year-olds. Your inner children are just grappling.
That's right. And then it's like 2 kids fighting instead of 2 adults. Yeah. The 2 children fight is a completely different and unresolving argument because everybody wants to be right. So you have to get to an adult place. I have different friends for different needs. Also, like I go to Sandy to be goofy and silly and funny. And I go to Kathy to get an opposing opinion to my own. Like if I want someone on my team, I'm going to Sandy.
Yep.
If I want a different perspective, I go to Kathy.
And Kathy's the person that's like, LeeAnn, you do this thing.
Yes. Or she goes, well, let's think about this a different way. What if we turn it on its head? Sandy doesn't do that. Sandy goes, you're right. He sucks. And sometimes you need to hear that.
Yes.
He sucks and he's the worst ever. But but I love him and let's go to dinner next week. Perfect, because she loves him.
Sometimes you want to just have your reality validated, and other times you want to go, hey, I might be hallucinating. Feelings aren't facts, and I'm full of feelings right now. Totally. And I need some facts.
Totally. And sometimes you're exactly right. Sandy validates everything I say, and I know for sure she loves Bert with all her heart, and I could say, he's the biggest piece of garbage on the planet, and she would know that I just am frustrated. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And so,
how do you feel, Dad?
Who cares? Who cares?
You're just like...
Lesson number 1. Doesn't matter how he feels. I'm joking.
I don't have anyone to talk to.
Yes, you do. You talk to your dad all the time.
Yeah, but I don't
talk
talk
to him about
something,
you. Bert?
What?
One time something crazy happens, and you know who you called?
You? Did I?
One time, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Shut up.
It was something that happened on a podcast that was kind of unscripted, and
I remember.
Something crazy happened, and you did call me.
You know what? You gave me impeccable advice.
Yeah, I said, suck it up. Okay.
You said
stop whining.
You gave me impeccable advice. I remember I did call you. God damn it, I did call you. I've always had a very instant connection with you. LeeAnn noticed that the first time we hung out, she goes, if you ever do a sitcom, Whitney needs to play your wife.
Yes.
We have good chemistry.
Can I tell you, the first time I met Bert, this is how we joke around, but the amount of respect I have for your dad is wild. When I started comedy, he was already, we were with the same manager at the time, working his ass off, touring constantly, and just like hustling in a way that was like, that's how I hustle, and I get shamed for it. And like, you're too ambitious. Why are you always writing? Because comedians, a lot of times it's like, there's that high school dynamic of like, if you try too hard, you're like a nerd. And like the F student is like the cool one. And if you try too hard, people think you're lame or whatever. Like, I don't think that's probably still a high school dynamic. It used to be you were cool if you were an underachiever and if you were an overachiever, it was lame. But I feel like that might have sort of changed. But I think it was also because I was a girl, and there was a lot of like, how dare you think that you either deserve this much attention or could be that. And I meet Bert. I never met him in person. And I go and I shake his hand, and you say that I was really aggressive with the shaking of the hand, right? Yeah. I mean, I was meeting someone that I looked up to, and then I was like, hi, how are you, or something, and you were like, sorry, I'm a little bit out of it. I just drank 2 bottles of soy sauce.
What?
I was like, wait,
dear Lord.
But like, it was nothing. He was at the Improv that night doing his set. If I drank 2 bottles of soy sauce for like a TV show, you wouldn't hear from me for years. I would quit. And you're, and I just was like, I love this. You know what it is? As you move through your life, you will divide people into categories. That is, doesn't mean it's a generalization or punching down or racist or sexist. It's just your experience. I define people now by people that play team sports or solo sports.
Ooh.
Only child, not only child.
Oh, I do that.
Oh my God, we do that.
I do
We
this
do that all the
You do that?
time.
We do.
I treat only
And what ranking they are in the
in
yeah,
their birth
ranking
order. Birth order. Are you the? As
Oh
soon
my
as I
God.
know someone's the youngest, if someone's like being too controlling, I'm like youngest, and they're like, yeah, I'm like, got it.
Amen.
Yes,
Got it.
Easy.
Wait, so then define Isla.
Easy.
Oldest. So that's is that
No,
oldest?
Isla's younger.
No,
Youngest.
Isla's youngest.
Okay, so
I'm oldest.
That's okay. So okay, so she's youngest.
Yeah.
So she had to fit into a system that was already established. Like she had to work harder.
No.
She came in like
She
Donald Trump and
manipulated the
decided to
system.
drain the swamp and change it all. I will decide.
I'm gonna
how
roll the dice.
I will show you how this family operates. We are putting on shoes for the next 2 hours. Georgia, welcome to my world.
Super controlling, right? Super controlling.
Yeah, she
Yup.
came in with 2 big middle fingers and was like, "Oh, you thought you had things figured out? Guess what? She's the reason we didn't have 3 kids. Because with her, I
Mom
was
says that
like,
all the time.
if I have a third, someone's dying. Like someone's gonna eat something they shouldn't. Somebody's gonna fall off a balcony because I can only focus on this crazy Tasmanian
There's
devil."
a picture I have. I don't know where it is. Do you remember this? I was watching Isla by myself, and I was in the bed, and I kind of dozed off, and I went, oh fuck. I go, Isla. She goes, I'll hear, Dad. Whatever she talked like. She used to talk like a deaf person almost.
No.
And so I go out, and do you remember this picture? I took a picture of it. She's standing. We had a little plastic house. We lived on the 4th floor, and we had a balcony. We had a deck that had like a railing this high. We had a plastic house that went above the railing by about 3 feet. She is standing on top of the house, staring out over the city with her hands on her hips, and I mean, could die so easily. And I went, don't move, Isla. She goes, it's so pretty. And I go, okay.
That's like poltergeist.
And I grabbed my camera and I took a picture. And it's a picture of her standing on. This kid was.
She crawled up there herself.
She crawled up there herself.
She was literally
I don't need you
So
weird
easy.
She was like,
One time I said I deboned a chicken. Took the neck out of a chicken and I put it in the trash can. And I said, Isla, do not touch that. She looks at me and I go in. I turn around. She has it in her mouth and she's sucking on it. And I go, what? And she starts laughing. And then another time I cut jalapenos up. I put them on. I said, Isla, do not touch that. And all of a sudden she comes up and she grabs my arm. She goes, did I eat poison? I go, what? She goes, I had to touch it, Dad. She said, we were telling this story the other night. We were talking about Lily Fromkin, and Isla was getting put in timeout a lot in kindergarten. And so LeeAnn says, hey, why don't you go to the store with Isla? Have a conversation with her. She's getting put in timeout every single day. So I go, all right, so we're walking to Gelson's, and we're at the corner of Laurel Canyon, or whatever. We're at the corner by the Starbucks, and Georgia, and I said to Isla, Isla, Mom says you're getting put in timeout a lot. She goes, yeah. And I said, doesn't that kind of bother you? And she goes, the good games don't start until I get out of timeout anyway. And I said, okay.
Bone chilling.
I said,
Jesus.
but wait, Lily's her best friend. I go, does Lily ever get put in timeout, Isla? She looks at me dead serious and goes, Dad, Lily doesn't take enough chances.
she's 5.
She's 5.
She's 5.
God.
She
Oh
showed
my
up
God.
like, you guys can just like eat
The
my dust.
Godfather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Georgia was the sweetest fucking kid.
Articulate,
And
girl.
but Georgia
Can I
would
ask
be
a
the one.
question?
Georgia would be the one that pulled me, and she'd be like, "You're never gonna believe what's going on outside." And then I'd go
That's very
outside.
true.
Yeah, Georgia. One time we got a GoPro. We put it on Georgia's helmet, and Isla just learned how to ride a bike, and we weren't sure if she could
my
see
God,
because she
yes.
kept running into things, trash cans, a BMW, a fire hydrant.
my
She
God.
yeah. So
BMW.
she went the handlebars over a BMW, and so she was doing this thing with her bike where she would ride it, and then she'd cut the wheel, almost like totally. So the bike would dip.
Finding the edge.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
She would like call it swerving, where she would just swerve in little like loops.
but it was really aggressive swerve, so that the bike almost would crash, and it would make her heart skip a beat,
Wow.
and then she would catch it. And Georgia is
Like a
on
thrill
her bike
seeker, thrill
with
seeker.
just watching her. And Isla cuts it too hard, goes over her handlebars and falls. You remember? Georgia looks up to me, comes up to me with the GoPro, and she goes, Dad, points to the GoPro. I got that. I got that. I got that.
I mean, she got it honestly. But there is some studies on like the first child you have. It's your first kid, so you're like every time they sneeze or every time they hiccup, you're like But by the time you have your second one, you're like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
So you don't overwork.
It's very true. Yeah.
So they have they think they're safer in the world because you were like, oh, that's fine. So they're kind of like more comfortable taking risks, kind of thing.
I think that's right.
Or was there any difference in the epigenetics of like when you were pregnant with each of them? Do you remember?
I don't know what epigenetics are, so
Thank
tell me
you.
out with
No,
that.
it's when
does
like
that
when
mean?
you're pregnant, like
Yeah.
were you more or less stressed out or like during either of them in utero?
No, but my body was totally different.
Well-
I gained 35 pounds with her. I gained 25 with Isla. For her, I fainted. I was anemic.
Whoa.
Like my feet swelled huge. And 35 pounds is not that much to gain when you're pregnant. Some
Yeah.
people gain like 80 pounds. And I was super morning sick. I was so fatigued. Isla, I had nosebleeds.
So by this,
That's it.
Wow.
My whole body was totally different. Her birth was ridiculously horrible. Isla was like giving birth to a feather. It was like boop. But you know what I think is interesting? She has his blood type. Isla has mine. So I wonder if my body's like, what the fuck is this thing?
Ha. Yeah.
Get this out. We're
Yeah.
gonna make you swell and faint
Yes,
and all.
yes.
This is no foreign object.
Yes.
And then Isla and I have the same blood type, and it was nothing.
Do you get better at being pregnant the second time? Like, is it just
Well, yeah.
easier? in
I'll
general?
answer
Well,
this one.
I was 10 pounds lighter.
Well, I've been pregnant fat probably twice in my life. You notice it less the second time.
I only gained 25 pounds with her.
It's like
So-
they found that because like I found myself like I'm not I don't really get addicted to substances. Like I see that a lot. I think I definitely get addicted to make more noise while I'm being vulnerable. I find myself getting addicted to social media. I'll find myself picking up Instagram and just refreshing it and I'm like, ooh, like that's
Yeah,
just
too
that totally
Yeah.
just diminishing marginal returns. It's not even fun anymore. It's not enjoyable. It just feels like an obligation, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
which is what people say is when it's officially like an addiction, right? Like, but learning about epigenetic imprinting helped me. Just the idea of like you become addicted to whatever neurochemicals the mother is emitting when you're in utero, the same way that if you're doing crack when you're pregnant, the baby's
Right.
addicted to crack. If you're really stressed
Yeah.
out and full of adrenaline and cortisol when you're in
Right.
utero because you're going through divorce, you're moving, you're fighting with your
Right.
spouse, whatever,
Right.
that the baby is going to be born addicted to to adrenaline, and then you kind of subconsciously seek out drama. And
Well,
I found myself
wonder-
doing that. I was always dating crazy men, being friends with toxic people, and it felt normal.
Yes. Well, that's what you thought normal was for whatever.
Totally. That was my
reason.
comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah. And you
Like
have to
that.
figure out that's not what normal is, and then you have to be
And I have to
vulnerable enough
wean
to find
off
it. Yeah.
of adrenaline. That's my addiction. Like
Yeah.
I have to cut out toxic people and like little subconscious things. Like
Yeah.
if I knew I had to be somewhere at 3:00 and it took half an hour to get there, I would leave at like, 2:40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to
Yeah.
get. Uh-oh.
Couple people like that in this room. Couple people.
You
Couple people
know,
like that.
where
in this
there's a
room.
point where it's kind of fun, but then you're like, this isn't. I'm stressed and I have to pee and I'm going to get a UTI because I
Yeah.
didn't leave any time to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm addicted to that adrenaline of I'm late, I'm intense, everything's intense.
little ways
Whitney's Daisy?
No, she just described
That one part of it.
to a T.
Well, it's,
Sort of. It's different. It's like I just don't know how to be on time. Like I genuinely have no idea how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, is that what
I
you were
have
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Whitney's Daisy. Oh yeah, Whitney showed up an hour early for this podcast. Was like, hey, are you ready? And everyone's like, wiping the sleep out of her eyes. She's like, I'm so sorry, I'm really early.
I remember one time, and I am so sensitive about that because I remember one time a very famous couple told me that Ellen came to their house for dinner, and the dinner
That's who it was?
I'm not telling you who the couple was.
I know who
It
the
was
couple
Ellen.
was. I knew the couple was. I knew the couple
Ellen
was.
was
I know who the couple was.
Say it
I know
again.
who the
good
couple
for
was.
you. Good for you.
You guys, he's neurodivergent.
This guy's a legend.
You're supposed to be patient
This guy's a legend.
with
Bert,
people that
shut
are
up.
handy capable. I thought you guys were cool about mental illness. And the dinner was at 7. Ellen showed up at 6:15, and like the host was like, she was like still in her towel.
Yeah.
Like they hadn't. It was like, And I was like, oh my God, the only thing ruder than being late is being so early
Oh, it's
that
so
people
rude.
are frazzled.
Yeah, it's so rude.
I came in an hour early.
Oh no, you're not rude though, because
Today,
you're
but-
like family.
No, I
but
thought
I mean
it was
like
at
a
3.
dinner guest.
I just thought it was at 3.
No.
I was on time for 3.
Yeah. But you're not rude because you're like family.
I know, but I'm embarrassed. I was like, I just got it wrong. Because you were like, hello. And I was like, it's me. Like,
A dinner party early is different.
Psychotic.
It's different.
She
That's
was
different.
like, had to cut the, like, but to not be like, hey, I'm early. I can always just chill here and check my phone. Just
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
hey, I'm here. We're just going to start when I get here. Is wild to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm very sensitive about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like, I hate that shit. I also do not, here's the only thing. I don't like when people are late in LA because they'll be like, sorry, traffic. I'm like, how do you think I got here? Like, we all know, you know what I mean? But I now
I got here.
Like,
I
how-
never thought of that. You're like, yeah, I know. I was in the same traffic, and I'm here on time.
like, I took a chopper, like, it's taken me a really long time. And then as soon as I do figure it out, I just move to like, so I'm always 25 minutes late. I just am like, cannot figure it out.
I just can't do it. Like, I can't. I always tell myself, like, all right, I'll give myself 5 minutes to get ready. That's enough time. Never. In what world is that enough
That's
time?
what you did last time. She had work at 10 o'clock. And she wakes up
Work?
at 9:50.
What do you do?
I'm a manager.
I love that.
This day she had to open.
Edit that out, please.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Oh,
gonna have
yeah,
every
yeah.
psycho from this podcast going,
Oh,
Dizzy?
shit.
Are you ditzy?
I love that.
So she had to open at 10 o'clock and she wakes up
10:30.
at
Okay, who's eating
10:30.
ices at 10 a.m.?
But
Lunatics! A fucking lunatic is getting a shaved ice at 9 a.m. Huh, can I get a shaved ice? Condensed milk. Tiger Paw, please.
Dude, I know you're the manager of this place. This place should not open till 4:30.
You should be putting trackers on these people and see where they're going next. The zoo, the aquarium.
Are they ordering a bunch, putting them in a cooler to put in their van to drive around? Like, what? Who's eating an ice?
We have one guy that comes in at least once a week and he orders like a large, which is like $7 of just plain ice. No syrup. Just plain ice.
You need, okay, so 9.
I'll take the Daisy.
That's someone that is a big fan of Joe Rogan but doesn't have an ice bath at his house.
Yeah,
He's just like, I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna go to the icy place.
Oh, maybe he has a broken finger. He's like,
He's coming out of the sauna like Rogan said. Oh gosh.
all right, that's 2 times Daisy's made me laugh the hardest I've ever laughed. Do you know number 1? No.
What's going on with you that you charged him
Wait,
$7?
hold on. Daisy broke up. Hang on.
It's not my fault. I don't make the price.
We're in a drought. What if he's watering his lawn with it? That's what I would do. By the way, that's such a good idea to get water in LA.
Oh my God.
What was the first time?
The first time
know the first
Daisy Daisy broke up with her boyfriend.
Oh,
we were talking about bad breakups, and Daisy broke up with her boyfriend, and he wasn't happy about it. And he said, "Seriously, Daisy, on my dog's birthday?" I could not stop laughing.
Okay,
On my
so
dog's
this is great. This is
birthday?
a great life lesson. Sometimes when you make the right choice in life to break up with someone, fire someone, be grateful when they do something in that moment that affirms immediately that you made the right choice.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. No regrets in that
Thank
moment.
God he said that.
I know.
Because sometimes you break up with someone and the way they handle it makes you be like, wait,
Yeah.
you're that's kind of hot.
That's
Yeah.
good advice.
The way you're handling it's such a relief when they just do
advice.
something insane.
Oh yeah. Then you're like, see ya.
You're
I'm
like,
good.
I made the right choice. I don't have to feel bad.
Yeah.
This
She
is the
walked
right
out,
call.
had the dog on the head. I was like, "Happy birthday." How did I react when you broke up with me, LeeAnn?
Who?
I broke up with Bert for 36 hours.
When was this?
This was when we were first dating. He kind of made an ass of himself in front of my girlfriends, and I was like, I need a break. I just need a break. I didn't even break up with him. I just said, I just need a break. I need a couple days off.
And how so? Like he was trying to impress them, or
No.
He started talking out of his ass, and I was watching him going, you don't even mean what you're saying. So I don't actually know why you're saying it. And I think he got a negative opinion in this conversation and then just decided to burn the shit down. And it was a bad mistake, right? So I was like, I just need a break. I just need a minute. I just need to get myself together here and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So.
And you said, I want space, or you said, I want to.
I said, I need a minute.
Okay.
What I said is, I need a minute. I just need a break. Let's just take a break, right? He stopped eating.
Break up with him again.
He stopped, right?
Is it that simple? So you're.
Do you know what shit I have to deal with if I broke up with him again? It would be terrible for me.
Okay,
So
but
worse.
I mean, if you really love him, you will break up with him.
So he stopped eating, and then he made me a mixtape and put it on my windshield. This is in 2002.
What are the songs?
Shut up, LeeAnn.
There was some Coldplay.
It was
He wrote me a letter.
yellow.
Oh, he wrote me a letter and said, I want you to listen to particularly to track number 8. Track number 8 is How I Feel. This
It's
is
like
exactly
everybody
how I
was
feel.
kung fu.
Exactly.
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
She's got legs.
So I
Turning
listened.
Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
That was it.
What was the song?
I don't even remember. I still have it. It's in our attic. But the
Hey,
main
little girl, is your daddy home?
right? No. So I listened to this song, and the song number 8, I was like, okay, if he means what this song is saying, then he gets it. Like, he gets it. It was like a song saying, like, I didn't know what I had and I missed out and I'm so stupid. And I went, okay. Then he gets it. So I'm going to go, then let's go have a conversation.
Oh, no.
So I found out he'd been just showering for days and drinking Slim Fast. In the shower. And I came in and he literally, like, I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't embarrass you. He literally, like, fell to his knees and started sobbing because I showed up. He was like, oh my God, you came back. You came back. And I was like, oh my God, I was just going to talk about it and talk it out. Holy shit. I didn't know you were, like, locked in your shower drinking Slim Fast for 36 hours. Good God.
Why were you in the shower?
It's the only place I could cry and no one would hear me.
My God.
Okay. Perspective. We met in May. This was September.
Why are you like Bridget Jones?
I know, right?
Going through a breakup, like
Yeah, I didn't have the note you just gave of how someone breaks up with you is a big indicator as to what that was
right,
about,
right.
Because I mean, literally, he was like, "Oh my God, I need to make a mixtape."
You don't remember any of the songs? Because back then, to make a mixtape, you had to run to the radio and get it.
No. This was
2002 was a CD actually. He
So
burned
he
the
made a
CD.
CD. Okay.
A mix CD.
Remember when we used to run to the radio?
Yes.
To like, you'd hear your song and you were like, record it. Got it.
And you missed the first 3 seconds
yes.
of the song. Yes, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the
Speaking
day.
of
What
speaking
is-
of which, I got a Walkman
Yeah.
because it's like really big on Stranger Things, I guess, right now.
Oh, yeah,
And so she got a Walkman and she was listening to it and she said, I'm so excited to take it on the plane. I get to listen to it on the plane. I said, well, grab an extra pair of batteries. She goes, I'm fine. I've got batteries. I was like, oh, this idiot doesn't know how batteries work. She's only had her phone. She thinks she can just plug it in and charge it up. I go, you're going to run out of batteries. And she was
that's
like,
all-
yeah. I remember getting on planes and not having batteries and then something would die and you'd be like, well, I guess I'm just stranded with my thoughts.
Well, it's actually the Tesla is the new version of that. Like I got rid of the Tesla because I ran out of batteries outside of Avril Lavigne's house and I just left it there.
You just left the Tesla there.
I left it.
Yeah, you weren't a fan.
I couldn't. I had Teslas for 6 years, and I just the thing is with the Tesla is like, it says like 80 miles an hour, and you're like, okay, I've got 80 miles an hour, 80 miles. I've got 80 miles. If you use the GPS, if you use the phone, if you use the
it's not
it dies. And we were leaving Thanksgiving in Malibu. I love it when like people that are so rich, you like hate them, and you get like a little peek in, and you're like, oh. But then you go, I don't, because you guys make such bad choices.
Yeah.
Like Malibu, like the nicest homes in Malibu, they don't have electricity, water, or cell service. And it's so funny to me. What is the point of being rich if you're It's funny to me. So like I just went to the Hamptons to do a show where it's like all the rich people go, I had never been there. No one will leave their house because they're all worried about Lyme disease. I'm like, it's so funny to me.
Wow.
that you have a-
worried about Lyme disease.
I had to go on a Lyme antibiotic for 2 weeks. I had a tick on me.
What's the
Yes.
Tick on you?
Yeah, I had to bring it to a lab. It was the whole
From
thing.
Hamptons?
I had to, from the Hamptons. I had a tick on me 2 days later, and I had to go on doxycycline, 300 milligrams a day for like 2 weeks. But so I'm like, it's so funny to me that you have a $20 million house that you can't go outside in the yard.
Yeah.
What's the point of this?
Yeah.
You know? But so I was at a friend of mine's house in Malibu, gorgeous house. But on Thanksgiving, they ran out of electricity. So everyone in Malibu has a generator. They're cooking, well, their chef or whoever is cooking for them is cooking the food in heats. They have like 20 minutes and then electricity. Lose it. 20 minutes in Malibu. And you're like, this is so funny.
That's ridiculous.
That the people having the best time are in the flats in their condo or their apartment, you know?
Totally.
And so the lights going on and off. They have a generator. I back out and and it gets completely dark and I can't see anything. And I like backed into a rock.
Oh my God.
And then I was out of battery basically by the time that I called or whatever. And then I just left it there and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
You can have it.
What car do you drive now?
Range Rover. But also, by the way, the Tesla, I loved it. But also the Tesla, I have gone to charging stations at weird times of night. And the charging station is like in a parking lot in the dark. I'm like, no one's gonna attack me because my personality. But like what about other people that need to go?
In the middle of their attack, the guy goes, "You're a lot. I'm gonna have to break this attack up into 3 different times. Yeah, you're kind of overwhelming me.
I'm gonna have to go get a couple people to help me put duct tape over your mouth. Like, do you have to make fun of how short I am? Like, this feels like a low blow. I'm just trying to burgle you.
You said a lot of hurtful things I think you're gonna regret after this is done. Why don't you guys ask Whitney about tattoos?
The who's?
Tattoos. She's stupid.
Okay. Y'all want some?
Yes.
Feeling it?
Yep.
Do you have any yet?
No.
Okay.
Whoa.
I don't know. I have to believe you. I have to believe you.
Georgia, do you have any tattoos?
No.
Tattoos.
Do you know I have the one on the inner lip?
Yeah, we all
maybe.
have that.
You have tattoos inside your lip?
Yeah.
Can I see it? Do you really? Okay, good. Don't do that.
I do.
You have it in here?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
No.
don't. To me, that is.
It only lasts like 2 years though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I have one on the bottom of my foot that faded away. So what I would say is that if you want to get a tattoo, go get ones that are white first. So see
White?
these? See, that's a white tattoo.
I thought those
Yeah.
were ones that were bad for your skin.
It's white ink.
Close
No, I don't think so. See, that says right there. Do you see that right there?
Yeah.
It's like, because once I actually then got a color one, it annoyed me how often people ask about it. Like, what people don't tell you about tattoos is you have to talk to strangers all the time.
And if you're a hot chick, people are always like, you know, it's like a open door policy for a guy to be like, ooh, nice ink.
What does that
Where did
mean?
you get
Or
it?
like,
Yeah.
oh, you have an eagle? Like, tiger. You're like, not close. You know, it's like, you know when someone's like, what's your birthday?
Yeah, August 20th.
August 1st.
Yeah, oh my God.
You're like, that's not close at all.
Right.
Like, you know.
I lived with a guy one time who spoke Italian, and he heard a girl speaking Italian at Starbucks, and he just went up to her and he goes, "That's so funny. I speak Italian." And I in Italian to her, and she went, "Awesome." And then he goes, "Well, she was rude." And I go, "Well, can you imagine if you were talking and someone just walks up and he goes, 'I speak English.'"
Oh my God.
It's and then I got like, you know, I like the white ones better. Like, because I can like point them out to people. It's like good conversation
Let's see those
piece.
white ones.
So that one's an anchor right there.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I
then
like
you
that
see
one.
that one right here.
I like the white tattoos.
They're cool, right?
Yeah, I might get a white tattoo.
And then the other ones that I
Tattoo.
got, I didn't get till like a couple
Tattoo.
years
I'm gonna
ago.
get a white tattoo of Larry Bird.
Please stop saying tattoo.
That's how you say it.
No, it's definitely not.
It's tattoo.
You're the only person who says it like
What tattoo do you want to get?
I don't know what I want to get.
Swastika.
Yeah.
A white swastika.
Jody has that one.
But I know Isla and I are getting the same tattoo my mom has.
No, no, we're not. No, we're not.
I have
kinda-
a great tattoo idea. I'm getting. I have a twin, and her name is Lily. So we're both flowers. So I'm getting a lily, and she's getting a daisy.
Aww.
Isn't that cute?
That's really sweet.
Where?
Sweet. I don't know. I was thinking. We kind of were like going around the forearm area, trying to see. what
Behind the
that
neck,
can-
behind the neck, lower neck is cute. I feel like for something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I mean, it just depends on like which kind we do, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I thought it was.
You
cute.
should get
It
all
was a
your
great
tattoos
idea.
on your back, and when people go, "I like your tattoo," you go, "What tattoo?" And they'll be like, I have tattoos on me? Are you serious? Who did this? Who did this?
Who did this?
That happened.
Are you being serious? There's one on my back right now.
So stupid, this guy.
I'm gonna say something really I haven't said in a very long time.
Oh, she's about to tell you she loves you.
So mean. That's so mean. So mean.
By the way, I just saw your black toenail polish, and I did just think that was your toes, and I didn't think it was off brand.
Oh, by the way, was you here with me, Georgia, when I went to compliment a man on his toenail polish, and it was his toes?
Oh!
No.
I went, when I said, never mind.
No, bye.
Bummer.
What
No.
were you going to say?
My ride is here.
Oh, for real? Is it your boyfriend?
I don't know. It's my oldest friend and writing partner.
How old is she?
It's a he.
How old is he? Like 90?
I don't know. No.
It's your oldest friend.
This is, by the way, oh no, he's just a little bit older than me.
Oh, you just have known him a long time.
Yeah.
You're like, I thought he was like this old decrepit man.
No, he's like my best.
I knew I was behind.
And my car is at, I had to get coolant or something, so I'm like.
So you need to leave?
He's picking me up. Maybe the second.
Okay.
Just if there's like a guy in your driveway, an Armenian guy that looks a little sketchy, that's him.
That's so funny. I was with an Armenian person the other day.
Mm-hmm. Where?
Here.
Puma store?
No, here. Here. She was giving me blood. Special. Or she was giving me an IV.
Were you in Glendale again?
Yeah. Well, let's get Whitney out of here.
No, wait. You were going to say, I'm going to say something I haven't said in a long time. What were you going to say?
Her ride's here.
My ride's here.
Oh, oh my God. I was waiting for some prolific thing.
No, but hold on. Let's do speed round. Not that we know anything, because
I might leave for the speed round.
there's this like new thing where older people don't have any wisdom. Like you know what I mean? But I'm in this place where I'm like, I feel like older people have so much to learn from you guys, but we still have so much to offer too.
Yeah.
Completely.
The blackface stuff was not great.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
Less than ideal.
I didn't. I'm saying but the problem is, you look at people, you're like, based on y'all's Halloween costumes alone, we're never gonna listen to anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just ignore the Halloween costumes.
Okay. Will do.
I swear, even the smartest people made mistakes on Halloween 20 years ago.
100%.
Is there anything
Well, I did.
that you like? What's your biggest like? I can't figure this thing out.
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough question.
Because I feel like you guys can get wisdom whenever you want it. If you want to, like, you can
That's
go to
very
Brene
true.
Brown. If you want to learn about anything, you can just go learn about it. Is there anything you're like, I can't find the answer to this on the internet. I don't know the answer to this. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the book to read is, or.
I have no idea.
That's a difficult question because I feel like I always, if there's a question that I don't know, I feel like, I'll figure it out when it's time to figure it out.
Interesting. I'm literally like, is there anything you guys don't know?
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm not gonna know.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't
clue
know.
what I have
don't
no
know what I
idea
don't know.
about.
Yeah.
And that's kind of freaky because I don't know how much I don't know.
Yeah,
Because I think
that's
that, you know
true.
what it
That's
is?
very true.
There is certain wisdom that only comes with age.
Yeah.
You guys have
absolutely.
access to all the wisdom in the world. You have access to whatever you want. We didn't have that, but there is certain wisdom that only comes with age.
That's true.
Experience. It comes with experience.
Like, if someone is yelling at you, there is nothing, you just leave. You remove yourself. Like, there's nothing you can say. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that, where it took me so long to be like, why are you screaming at me? Like, that just makes it work. Little things like that. It's almost like
if I could go back to college and then just go, all right, starting right now, I'm gonna have healthy relationships. You know, when my last girlfriend before mom, I just was like, I'm not good at this. I know that I'm the common denominator in all these. I'm not good at this. I'm not gonna have a girlfriend until I figure out me. And I spent a lot of time just by myself trying to figure out me before I met mom, and then. Yeah, and
Well, you figured it out.
yeah, I figured out I look good shirtless. Yeah. Go ahead, Mom.
I think that. Oh, shit, I lost my train of thought.
yeah, but like things like that, where it's like the wisdom that only comes with age.
that.
What is that?
And I don't know. What I think you should. I think I said this to you guys the other day in George's room when we were all talking. I think that you have to know that your whole 20s are about making mistakes and figuring out who you are based on the mistakes and the successes and not judging yourself for them. To be very kind and accepting of the fact that that's what everyone else in that whole decade is doing, is just fucking shit up left and right and learning from it. The point is that you learn from it.
And you know what else you're making me realize? It took empirical evidence for me. It took me, because I always like to go like, can we have hindsight right now? Like, how can you guys not make the mistakes we made? When I did something in my, like, before, like cheating, taking the easy way, being petulant, gossiping, being mean I didn't understand the toll it took on me.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
So now it's like I behave with integrity, return my grocery cart, all that. Not because I want to, but I feel better. It's selfish.
Yes, that's right.
Because otherwise, you don't realize when you're taking shortcuts or cheating, whether it's with people or on tests or on, or lying, you end up feeling badly. You start accumulating shame. And having low self-esteem. And I didn't yet know that, like, the way to have self-esteem, it's not about like a meme on Instagram or following Brene Brown or like having a crystal water bottle, or none of that shit builds self-esteem, you know? Like looking at inspirational quotes doesn't build self-esteem. You have to do esteemable actions.
That's right.
And I didn't understand that. I was like, why am I so insecure? Why do I hate myself? Why am I like dating these like trash people? Because I had deteriorated my self-worth by doing shady shit when no one was watching.
You were not building your intrinsic value. So your intrinsic value are the things that you do when no one's watching.
This is so much better than my podcast.
It's the truth.
The way you behave when no one's watching.
That's right. The way you behave when no one's watching.
That is how
all that matters.
That's how you fuck with yourself.
That's how you build integrity and self-esteem that no one can take from you.
So when people are
no incident, no accident can take it from you if it's intrinsic. If it's extrinsic, means you give me my self-esteem, then you could take that away anytime. But if I give it to myself, it's mine.
And if someone can't make eye contact with you, that's a red flag.
100%.
Yes, absolutely. That's
like
true.
stuff like that. Little things like that.
Yeah.
Like people tell you exactly who they are when you first meet them.
That's right.
Believe them.
That's right.
It sounds like an aphorism, but like, and you're like, oh, but
no,
there's
that's
nothing
very true. That's because I've had a lot of experiences where I'll meet someone and I'll get a gut feeling about something, but then I'll find other things that I like about them, and I'll spend the whole friendship like making excuses for that feeling.
Red flag.
But it always ends. Always ends up being right.
Talk yourself out of it. Oh, I'm just being sensitive.
Yeah,
I was being judgy. Because sometimes if you're really self-aware, you end up getting in the same kind of jams as if you're not, because you're like, oh, I'm being too sensitive. Oh, I'm doing that thing where I have too high standards, or you know, I'm being too hard on this person. You're like, no, I was just right.
And sometimes you'll wake up and you'll take a shit and you think you're shitting blood, but you just had beats. That's all.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Great.
I don't know. I was trying to fucking add in.
Bert,
I don't have any fucking good thing to say.
As if anyone will buy that you've ever eaten a fucking beet.
Well, I did live in Russia for a while, so maybe.
You lived in Russia?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Are you being
that's right.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was like, wait a minute.
Well, okay, that story.
Are you having a stroke?
Hold on, that story was recently debunked, so I'm just trying to make sure.
Oh yeah, Georgia thinks it's bullshit. Well, enjoy college, okay? That's all I can say to you.
Gosh.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy the journey. The journey's what matters.
Yeah.
It really is. If you enjoy the journey, you'll be happy every day, even when it's tough.
Yep.
And it's also like I posted this on Instagram just because I thought it was just like so funny. It was a picture of me in college protesting smoking. Like that was my big cause in college. Like I don't know why. There were so many other causes. Like what I was believed so strongly when I was 20. No one could get in between me and like, I'm going to stop my whole thing was I'm going to stop William Morris from advertising near schools. Like that to me, I did everything I could. And I look back and I'm like, why did I think I had any impact on that? Like why, of all the ways to use my life force, I just wish I had known at the time, okay, what you think is really important now, it's okay to detach from it. You're not wishy-washy. You're not non-committal.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be a disloyal hoe to stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be like
You're
an
like,
all or nothing.
Yeah, like, that was a thing that I'm not married to anything I believed truly yesterday. Yeah. I change my mind all the time.
You're always evolving.
I don't want to be committed to something that I was, because I think that's what's happening in general these days. People will be like, you can't take the vax, or you have to take the vax, and then new information comes out and
They're
now
rigid.
They don't know what to do.
they can't say I was wrong. It's too
Yeah.
embarrassing. Their ego can't handle it. To go like, oh yeah, that's what I believed then, but that's not what I believe anymore.
New
That's
information.
a really hard thing for people to do now. People can't do that now.
It doesn't mean you're dumb. It doesn't mean you
Yeah.
didn't have the information. It's just like you're
Or
allowed
you
to
were
change and
wrong.
grow.
Yeah.
Why would you want to
Yeah.
be the same person
No.
Yeah.
now that you were when you were 15? That'd be awful. Hopefully you're a really different person when you're 25 and 30.
I'm different now.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Yeah.
Freshman year to senior year,
Yeah. 4 years is a lot for us.
lifetime.
Well,
Yeah.
It is actually a lot. They're developing so quickly in their brain. Like their brain development from 9th grade through 12th grade is insane.
Crazy.
It's insane.
Literally
You need
crazy.
to go.
Yeah, let's walk. Let's we'll
This
walk through the long way so you can see the yard.
makes me want to go litter. I'm like, you guys got this.
Yeah. Can I tell you? I swear to God, I had for my Red Rock show September 13th at Red Rocks. If anyone, I think we have
That's
a few
awesome.
tickets left.
That's awesome.
You had to pick up with the charity. I paired with the charity, and I had to sit with Peter and figure out what charity I really want to support. Can I tell you?
Yeah.
What's it?
I care most about the environment.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
glad.
That's my number one thing.
That's good.
Well, you should see the ones that I passed on, but my name's Bert Kreischer, and I care about our environment.
Just because you're already so hot all the time.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm causing global warming.
If you get any sweatier,
So, all right, let's get Whitney out of here.
we need to turn the temperature down on the planet.
Hey, great podcast, ladies. Thank you for being a part of this. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Whitney.
What a
This was a
fun
fucking blast.
surprise.